welcome to this most solemn episode of Non-Standard Action. It is solemn because, well, this is the end of the line for this adventure path known as Fly Free or Die, and our beloved crew of the Severance Package. Hence the title of today's episode, episode 29, End of the Line. I am Tom, your GM, and joining me as always are my friends and players, Jet, Leif, Liz, Nick, and Simon. Today's icebreaker question, submitted by an emo band, is very serious. What would the title of your character's autobiography be? Figured this was a fitting question here at the end of all things. So let us start with Simon.
I'm Simon, he, him, playing Rayoth, they, them. This is just a great icebreaker question, and I feel bad for probably not being able to do it justice. I'm gonna go with how to win tens of thousands of friends and influence people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really trying to find something that was playful, irreverent, but also vain, and also had a bug pun, and I just couldn't find one. So
that's a lot of boxes to tick.
It is.
Yeah. But that's all right. How about a Nick playing Sloan?
Let's see. So I think Sloane's autobiography just has to be entitled "Trust Me."
Yeah.
Love it. Good. How about Liz?
Hi, I'm Liz, she, her, playing Auntie Noona, also she, her, and Auntie Noona's autobiography would be a combination autobiography with knitting patterns, and it would be knit your way to a better self. And so it would be one of those reflective things where it's pattern is good for fall when it starts to get a little bit cold and you want something to cozy up in. And then there'd be some sort of self-reflective thing about it. It's good to gather close when days get short. Something like that.
I once shot a man 7 times while wearing a vest with this pattern.
That's what I was thinking.
The pockets are nice and big, and can smuggle a number of decently sized weapons.
Good. How about Leif playing Catch?
Hi, Leif, they, them, playing Catch, he, him, and Catch's book is probably called something like Greatness and You, how you too can be as great as me.
Good. Finally, Jet playing Gus.
I am Jet playing Gus. Both of us are he, him, and I think it would be an autobiographical cookbook series. The first one being 101 uses for Eoxian dairy spiders, and then followed up shortly thereafter by 101 uses for Castrovellian dairy lizards, and it's sprinkled with anecdotes throughout his life. And there are some parts where people just a lot of unpopular recipes because they're buried in with a lot of him being very depressed about the life in the mines.
Oh.
And this is how I lost my arm, but onto this pie.
Anyway, now that I've described in gruesome detail just how painful that was.
Speaking of minced meat, and now onto this pie.
Oh no! Oh, all right. So, thank you for that question, and emo band. We'll never know you, but thank you nonetheless. Now, before I recap for the final time, let us not forget, you all were granted level 13 last week. So this doesn't happen very often in APs. In fact, this is the first one that I've run or played in that has explicitly said, hey, your players can have level 13 before the final fight. So let's go around the table and just do our usual recap of what you did for your character, level 13, reversing the order and going with Jet.
All right, so I got Wrong tab. I now have an ability from my regeneration faculty called From the Brink. I can bring people back from the dead as long as they've not been dead more than 3 rounds. I can also turn into a puddle of liquid metal like Alex Mack, and I picked up Penetrating Attack, which means I can ignore up to 5 points worth of energy / I think it's just energy resistance.
PR or energy resistance.
Okay,
Fun fact.
there you go.
Here, I will put it in chat.
It's very good. And very, very on brand for Gus, being nanites and penetrating and all that. How about a Leif and Catch? What did Catch pick up at level 13?
Level 13. Turns out it's not a super exciting level for mechanics. My computers, my bypass ability increased by 1. My rig is more advanced and it has more countermeasures on it, and I got to pick a feat. I'm sorry, it's really not exciting as I thought it was going to be.
That's okay. Man, to recycle a joke, I'm really glad that you got that boost to your computers and engineering checks, because boy, you were struggling last episode with those.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
man.
rough. But now I feel with a plus 31 to computers, I might have it. I might finally have it, guys.
Get
now
out.
turn computers off and on again.
Files are in the computer.
God, what a great movie.
Liz, what did
All
Auntie
right.
Noona do at level 13?
So for level 13, she got expertise in. I decided to take it in what was it called? Perception. So I mean, but I decided to take the feat Deadly Boast. As a full action, I can describe in great detail how powerful and effective a specific action taken by myself or an ally is going to be. So I'm probably gonna boast about Catch and attempt a bluff check.
So good.
Attempt a bluff check against all foes within 60 feet of me, using the same DC I would as if trying to demoralize them. And each target that my check succeeds against takes a -1 to AC and a -2 to saving throws against the action until the end of my next turn.
Cool. So, all right.
One action. Does that apply to a full attack?
That's a great question that we'll think about if it ever comes up. So, all right. How about Nick playing Sloan? What did you pick up at level 13?
Well, Sloan got more sneak attack dice, which is always fun. Trick attack, not sneak attack. More trick attack dice, and quad attack from Operative, which Operatives never want to use because trick attack, but you know, it's there. And also penetrating attack is a feat to ignore resistances and DR.
This explains why you were so ready with that definition, yes.
Uh-huh.
But doesn't that require high BAB?
12. Yeah. Operatives have both bad.
They do not, actually. I'm sorry. Operatives are 3/4 BAB.
Yes, it does say 3/4 in my sheet. I guess I will pick something else.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Simon, what did Maraeoth do for level 13?
Maraeoth, Solarians actually weirdly get something kind of similar to what it sounds like operatives get. Solarian's Onslaught, which is basically like an extra attack with bigger penalties. Tom was just earlier expressing how glad he was that this works with that feat that he loves, Obnoxious Trickster.
That obnoxious feat, yes.
Obnoxious feat, yeah. But they also took improved initiative for both themselves and Gus. and it will be used exactly once for one roll ever. So just wait for me to roll a 1 on this initiative check, audience.
Oh, it'll be delicious. All right. So, okay. Well, let's get right to it then. So, last week on Fly Free or Die, our crew of free-flying traders wheeled and dealed around Smuggler's Moon, learning all that they could and meeting many interesting NPCs, in fact. Backstories were shared, plots were hatched, and ultimately Lord Sinjin was summoned to Smuggler's Moon by his cousin Zeldern to hunt down his long-lost prey, Shayeth Evedros, now known as Eska, who has been hiding her identity all these years. The plan went well enough, right up until the crew tried to close the trap on the slippery drow. They disabled his ship easily enough, but when it came to actually trapping him in Dregor's throne room, they couldn't have accounted for the fact that he had a tattoo that would allow him to dimension door out of there really quickly. So, that's
needed like a bunch of dimensional anchor beams.
Yes. That's what he did, along with 2 of his jeune assassins, Dregor and Zeldern. The crew fought against the remaining assassins in the throne room and eventually won the encounter, albeit at the cost of some of their expendable resources. Looking at you, Gus. They took a rest to regain some stamina, then hurried down the elevator to the concourse, where a great disturbance told them that Sinjin had emerged in the conservatory, the ring of gardens, surrounding the concourse. As the crew emerged on the bottom floor, Sinjin announced his presence on the balcony over 100 feet above the entrance that the crew walked through, with Eska and Dregor standing on top of the balcony railing, a gun to each of their backs. Sinjin monologued briefly, then did what any good villain does, created a distraction for the players by tossing his 2 hostages off of the railing towards the ground below. And that is where we return to, with the 2 of them hurtling through the air. Let's roll some initiative.
Classic.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Tom, was the pushing hostages over the balcony in the AP, or was that your personal touch?
I'll never tell.
Yes, you will.
It was in the AP.
Yeah, are you happier?
No.
Yes, Nick?
As we're rolling initiative, as this is not a combat feat, or one that takes any time in combat, I would like to have had a contingency plan in place for just this eventuality that someone either was pushed or tried to jump off the edge of this conservatory, because it just seems, like something that's bound to happen, right? I have told the goblins to take one of Catch's little buggies and attach a giant net to the front of it in order to catch anyone who might jump or fall from the conservatory.
Fantastic. So, even as you flash back to this conversation that you had with the goblins, you see the, we're going to say the doors to the north, the 2 double door glass doors, smash open as the goblins zip out of the concourse with this buggy. And you hear over comms, "Where do you want us, boss?"
Lee Green, Rattle Snarf, Goog!
Pronk! All right!
What would you like me to roll, Tom, to see if this contingency plan works?
I guess that's right. I guess that, yeah.
I've spent my 2 resolve points.
Okay. Let's see. Why don't you tell me a skill that you think would work for this? Because there are so many layers to this particular plan.
There are. I have arranged this right in advance.
You know what? I know. I take it all back. What about sense motive? You think sense motive is a fair thing to have predicted this?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. All right. Let's roll. That's a 32 on sense motive.
Okay.
And 9 on the die. Let's let me reroll. Do I want to reroll a 9, you guys? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean...
How many rerolls? Which reroll would be?
I have my improvisation adornment. Lets me reroll a sense motive.
Oh, just sense motive? Oh, yeah. Burn it.
No,
What
it's
else are you gonna use?
bluff, culture, diplomacy, intimidate, or sense motive check. As a reaction, you can roll and take the better result, so it doesn't hurt, I suppose.
But
Well,
it's
there's like-
it's 3 times a day so, before you object.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the only... Yeah, sure, do it. There's like a 40% chance it gets worse, though.
It's take the better. It's
take
not
the
take
better.
the second.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we will keep the 9 for a total of 32.
All right. The good news is that is a success.
Sweet.
So, it all happens as I said before. And Rattlesnarp and Fleagrebe. I suppose one of the things will be like they. We see an alternate timeline where Sloane had failed this check, and the goblins appear on the wrong side of the conservatory, and say, "Where do you want us, boss?" And you're like, "You're not here. Where are you?" And they're we zoom out, and they're on the eastern side, and you're on the southern side. It's very embarrassing.
This is exactly why I gave you the goblins in this plan, was so that if the check didn't work, you had a way to make it feel horribly wrong.
Thank you so much, Nick. I love this contingency plan. So very cool. Now that I'm not distracted by excellent shenanigans, let me roll initiative for my baddies. Oh, Lord Sinjin, you surely don't have a +0 to your initiative. Pastime is such a cruel person.
What are you talking about? Of course he does. Just look at him.
He's not dexterous at all.
No, definitely not. Any guesses as to what his class is, everybody?
I know what
Clunky
class is.
boy.
I'm not
The
gonna
Gus
admit.
Bane, also known as an operative.
We'll have to see. Unless I told you.
Or wait, he's
We'll
a
have to
nanocyte,
see.
of course. No.
Yes, a nanocyte. Everybody knows. Okay.
Such a classic common class.
Yes. And it was definitely published when this book was published already.
Okay, fine, you got me. Evolutionist.
Fine. All right. So, yes, that is
You're so wise.
That is all that. Who are you to be so wise in the ways of class decisions? There's our Monty Python quest. Quote for the day. Let's get right into it. Marayoff, you are the first. That feat really paying off.
Improved initiative paid off. If not for that one feat, I would be going after that one minion. All right. Speaking of that one minion, I guess Rayoth will activate their haste circuit.
I have to rewind, Simon, because I got excited and ahead of myself. I have something that has to happen before your first turn, if that's all right.
Do it.
All right. Because we have a backstory that remains unfinished, and I wanted to get to that before. As Noona watches Eska plummeting to the ground, we're going to go back to the day of her escape from Lord Sinjin. So, Noona,
Yeah,
it's been... What?
That was a cliffhanger on the last flashback. Sorry, ignore me. Continue.
What? It's been 2 days since Charmer decided to help Shayeth run away and to escape Sinjin themselves. You enacted the plan that you devised with Shayeth. The artist made a seemingly sloppy mistake, booking a ticket on a leaving starship bound for Absalom Station under her known fake name that Sinjin followed her here under. In reality, it was a forged docking pass created by you. You pointed Shayeth's mistake out to Sinjin, and he took the bait, rushing down to the landing pad at which the ship was stationed. You told him you were going to cover another avenue of exit, another lead you were following up on just in case. It became apparent to Sinjin that Shayeth was not on that shuttle. Just as he realized it, he received another update from you claiming that it had been a juke and that Shayeth was in fact boarding a different shuttle 3 levels up that was leaving in moments. Some, real close timing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we find you, as you enact the most dangerous part of your plan, your impersonation of Shayeth and leading Sinjin away by getting on the shuttle. Ideally, you'll be getting on just in time for Sinjin to see you boarding without having time to board himself.
Yeah. And also to be far enough away that the disguise will not fall apart immediately.
Yeah.
She's going to be using some, what's the word? Carefully placed So she probably they probably don't have the budget for a full body hologram type deal, but
You might, honestly. It's not.
yeah, actually, maybe.
Hollow skins are cheap.
They're
Okay,
like
yeah,
250 credits or something.
yeah, a hollow skin, and that allows Charmer to impersonate a Lashunta when they're a Kasatha. But let's see. So, and it's close because they've got to let Sinjin get close enough to be able to see them without actually interact with them. So, what do you need me to do here?
You can. Honestly, I think your disguise is set, right? So
Okay,
there's
yeah.
not really a role that we're gonna make for that. Really, it's just you have to wait in line now, which is the worst part in a play.
Oh, the
like
worst
this.
part. Oh man.
Because
Oh.
it's the classic, every thriller, international spy, like what's his name, Jason Bourne, like every Jason Bourne scene ever, where it's just like and it's just this guy standing here on a train. Is it like but so yes, you as you stand in this line, you get an incoming call from Sinjin. Charmer, assuming you take it.
Yes. They make sure that they're facing away from the direction that Sinjin should be coming in, so that Sinjin won't notice that Shayeth is on the phone at the same time that they're on the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
Charmer, meet me at the landing pad and we'll corner her there. We can't let her get away.
I'm running into some real interference. And up ahead in the line, there's some guy who's like, thing won't scan. It's like, beep, beep.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it there in time.
Finish up whatever it is and get up there, Charmer. And he hangs up.
And Charmer's standing there with like their pass or whatever going. Just hold it. Let it give the computer enough time to actually scan it. Don't just swipe.
Well, that was too slow. The Among Us problem. So a minute passes, and finally, we'll say it's a showbad. The showbad manages to scan their pass and board the shuttle successfully, and the line begins moving again. Folks holding out data pads. As you near the front of the line, why don't you roll me a d20, and we'll see. I'll come up with an appropriate. I'm not looking at the result. I'll come up with an appropriate. That's a 20. Mod. It's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Ah, gross. All right. So, Charmer, you are actually able to, because you're probably pretty on edge at this point. You're scanning your surroundings frequently. You clock Sinjin entering the docking pad at the same time as he sees you, Shayeth.
Crap. And oh, thank God, I'm at the front of the line. And they swipe their pass. It goes through them the first time because they're good with computers. And then they kind of like put their hood down because they're wearing a hood and take their rolly wheel thing and then just start booking it towards the door for the shuttle.
You do all of this, and you're making your way towards the shuttle, and you suddenly hear a familiar voice behind you say, "Ah, there you are, honey. I almost missed our flight. Do you have our tickets?" As Sinjin's one hand drapes across your shoulder, you feel a gun pressed into your ribcage, very similar to how you held one to the real Shyaths back the other day.
That's a bitch.
And as he holds this, he puts a hand on your shoulder and it phases through the hologram, and then he holds the gun to your rib cage, and part of the muzzle of it disappears into the hologram. His eyes narrow.
Hey,
Who
boss.
are you?
Hey, boss.
Charmer? Why? What are you doing here?
Escaping. Failing to escape. It all depends on you.
The gun held to your side lowers for a moment, and his eyes narrow. What do you mean, escaping? You've decided to betray me, haven't you?
I need out, boss.
Predictable. What do you... What, so out, by out, you mean you're going to... you want to capture Shyath yourself and bring her in and then make me look bad. You want my job? Is that what this is?
No, I'm done with the Golden League. I need out of all of it. You can keep doing what you're doing. I won't stop you. Let me go.
Where is Shyath?
I don't even know. That was part of the plan.
So you admit that you worked with her. You hid her from me.
I gave her an opportunity.
The gun presses into your ribcage again, hard. He looks at you.
Shooting me won't bring her back.
His face contorts in fury and then relaxes, and he says, "Go." The gun lowers again and says, "You've done more for me than most of my family members can claim to have done. Consider this my repayment. I won't kill you right here and now for this betrayal."
That's That's real nice of you.
I'm sure I'll regret it someday. He turns and does not look back as he leaves the shuttle.
All right. And as Charmer heads towards the door for the shuttle, somebody says, "Oh, ma'am, looks like your seat's going to be right down this way." And Charmer takes their ticket back and heads towards their seat and thinks, "Ma'am, that felt right." And that's the end of the scene.
So, going forward, you never hear from Sinjin again. Your Golden League contacts and channels go silent. You never hear from Shyath either, as that would defeat the purpose of what you all did.
Mm-hmm.
You are, simply put, alone. For a while. So, all of this flashes through Noona's mind as she witnesses the person that she risked so much and did so much to save, plummeting through the air. And now, let us get back to the combat. This epic final encounter with Lord Sinjin and his assassins. Marayoth, I so rudely interrupted you before. Please take your turn.
No, it wasn't rude. Marayoth flies into the air, Oh yeah, sorry. Activate haste circuit. Haste circuit means that uses like my move action up, right?
It uses your swift action, which similarly means you can't full attack this round, but you get
But
a
I
plus
can-
30 bonus to your speed.
Yeah, but I can move in standard attack. Okay, and both of the two hostages now have a big net and two goblins under them, two very squishable goblins.
Three very squishable goblins.
Right. All right. Marath will probably no, he's too high up. Okay, so Marath will like hover over here, and this is the Jinn assassins, so they have all their shuriken, right? So we'll blind them.
Oh.
32 versus KC.
You know that'll hit. You fought them enough to be very familiar with their defenses. Orange is now blinded.
I don't know whether it's blinded for 2 rounds.
I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me that was a mechanic. It is not blinded for 2 rounds, in fact. Very close, though. Sloan Ryder, you are up next. Your cloud of bugs swarmed over there and blinded somebody. Maria, yeah, there you go. I was just going to ask you to know your height. Go ahead, Sloan.
Perfect. Let's I'll also move in. Get around this side. So oh no, I'm at 60 feet. Let's go all the way around. I have plenty of movement, and I don't provoke any attacks of opportunity at all anymore.
My God, she's so fast.
Right? No attacks of opportunity ever.
I like to picture that as the anime, just like you flash out of existence for a moment and then appear behind them. Kind of.
Something like that. Yeah, it's 26 versus flat-footed EAC.
Ooh, that will hit their flat-footed EAC.
So that's 46 points of fire damage.
Yeah, that
Not
hurts.
penetrating, sadly. That'll be my turn.
Okay, and they're off target.
And they're off target.
They'll probably be doing a lot of attacking since she is blind.
Hey, real quick, Jet,
Fair.
can we get map on the screen?
Oh,
Thank you.
yes.
I apologize for that. I was so distracted by us talking, I didn't even think about it.
Now,
There we are.
Simon does bring up a good point in Twitch chat. Operatives can't be. Oh no, operatives can't be flat-footed. I was thinking in
Right.
Pathfinder 2 where you can. Without the flat-footed, that is actually going to be a miss.
Oh, rude.
Missed it by 1. If you had +1, and I know Butt Stubble's in the audience here. If you had a +1, I know you could hit. Butt Stubble's always very
You
fun.
don't say.
Everyone knows Butt Stubble loves +1s.
Butt Stubble loves handing out +1s. They're like candy to Butt Stubble.
It's
so
a real
we'll-
problem. Butt Stubble's working to overcome, I think.
There it is.
Mazel says, yep. That is a +1. Keep that
Yay.
damage on the board, Tom.
All right, that damage has been kept, and that is a successful attack. Gus, it is now your turn.
All right, swift action, activating haste circuit. Not super critical now, but why not get that out there? Then Gus is going to run forward and I guess hop up on this bench and walk over here, well within his movement.
While you mention the bench, let me mention some covers and whatnot for this scene, because we are in the conservatory, which is effectively a giant park. So any trees, statues, and fountains provide cover, while benches provide cover as a low obstacle, which is a mechanic I hadn't heard of until it was mentioned, and I googled it. Low obstacles provide cover against creatures within 30 feet of you. So it's just cover, like short range cover.
Sure.
And good. Okay, please continue your turn having moved.
Yep. And as part of that movement, Gus will manifest a new weapon.
A new one?
A new one. A massive two-handed maul, rhymed with frost. A frost maul, if you will. Flowing through the air at his opponent once. I'm going to add flanking. They have not been get-emmed. But let's swing. Let's see what happens. But a 22 versus KAC, I'm sure we'll miss. A 3 on the die does not do it.
No, a 3 on the die is going to be a big miss.
So I hate to add to it, but are these operatives also immune to flanking? And you don't have to answer that. Just consider it, Tom.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that an operative thing?
Is that since you asked, would you look at, well, no, you know what, your
What if
turn
it
is
wasn't
coming
my
up.
turn.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's going to be your turn real quick. Regardless, that was a miss, so we'll figure that out. Orange is going to remove the, well, no, you know what? They're going to try to attack, I guess, because a half chance miss is better than just not attacking, I guess. So Orange is going to flail around themselves, whipping a shuriken off of her shoulder and attacking. Sloan hit, so we're going to attack Sloan because I have a pretty decent idea of where she is. So 50% miss.
Do you?
Well, let's hope. High is going to be good. I'm going to roll a d100 here behind the curtain. Nope, I got a 4.
Yay!
Of all the options, only 3% of them were worse than the option I rolled. So she super misses, and that's going to be Orange's turn. Catch, it is now your turn.
All right. Well, I did find it in the time that it took to do that. Uncanny agility, 7th level. Your opponent doesn't gain any bonuses to attack rolls against you from flanking, you or attacking you when you're prone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So
sweet.
yeah,
Unflankable.
unflankable and doesn't take a -4 when they're on the ground. That's something I didn't realize about operatives.
That's really huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
missed that all this time too.
You don't get
Yeah.
a +4 to attack operatives when they're on the ground. They still take a penalty to attacking when they're on the ground, I believe. But
Yes.
neither here nor there.
Indeed.
What a catch point.
Now explain to me, how tall are these trees or shrubs in the middle here? And Sinjin's 150 feet up, right?
Yes, he is. So I'm going to say, since you're so close, this tree is going to be... I'm going to give it 40 feet. That tree is 40 feet tall. So
Okay.
Since you're close, it is going to take you getting out from behind it to have a clear shot. Although you have your scope.
Jetpack.
Or jetpack, yes. Double movement unless you have that gem feat. The exploration menu.
I do not, but I will use my one additional move for the day with my Skitter Heart.
Did you not do that last week?
I did not. I don't have it checked off on here, at least.
Okay.
I talked about it, but then I said, oh, wait, resources, boss fight.
Fair enough.
Let's not
All right,
do that.
yeah. I believe you. If it's not
Oh.
checked off on your sheet, then it is
All
not
right.
expended.
Cool. So and it will take me all 3 of my move actions to get right there.
Okay. So that is catch.
I will indicate that I am 40 feet up, you said?
Yeah, so
it.
by 8.
Yeah, 8. Yep.
Cool. All right. Sinjin, meanwhile, it is indeed Lord Sinjin's turn. He is going to chuckle and hold out his arms, and from each of his arms appears this, once again, I can't say it enough, the artists for Paizo just knock it out of the park every time. These
Oh, wow.
pop off of his arms, these giant inky tigers with like, what kind of horn? Like bull's horns on their foreheads, and they're psychedelic and rainbow, and I love them, and I want one for
It's
a pet.
Flames coming from their eyes and mouths.
Yeah, but ink flames. Oh, it's so cool.
It's somebody else to add to the horn crew.
It's a more tigery version of Ifrit from Final Fantasy.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
believe you. And so these two, so 2 of them appear, and one of them is going to appear on the balcony next to Sinjin, and the other one is going to descend to the floor down here. And that is Sinjin's turn. And then they are going to get a turn. So the Tattoo Guardian is going to come over here. Yeah, you know what? Tattoo Guardians can fly, actually. So it's going to appear in the air and then fly over to Marayoth.
No.
So let's get a wing here. Wing. Different wings. So Tattoo Guardian is going to try and slam into Marayoth, a swarm of bugs. 38 to hit your KAC.
38 hits our KAC.
I know, buddy. 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
32.
Yeah, I may have spiced up this fight a little bit from what they printed in the book.
It's fine. Spice is good.
I find that you have to generally, if your players know anything about building Starfinder characters, the encounters start to get a little light.
You added a single grain of salt.
Like, you should only count 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 of us as actually being able to build effective characters.
But you know, you get a lot of help as well, right, Liz?
I do get help.
You know, self-professed or otherwise, you know. And besides, this AP is only written for 4 characters, so yes, I spiced it up a little bit by increasing some numbers. It's fine. So that is Sinjin's turn. That is the Guardian's turn as well. Auntie Noona, welcome.
Right, Auntie Noona is going to activate her horns. So Arquand horns. So that is a standard action, and then she's gonna move to. Man, this is tough. I don't want to move too close to the rest of them and make a cluster, but I don't want to get so far away that I can't give bonuses. Alright, hold up. She moves here.
Okay. And anything else?
No, that's it. That's all she can do.
Okay. All right, Arquand horns. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you an aura. It's a 60-foot aura, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make it a very unobtrusive color, so this way, in fact, I won't even make it so you all can see it. This way, you don't have to worry about it getting distorting your view of the battlefield.
Hooray.
It'll just distort mine. Oh, you know what? The Arquand horns get everybody on the battlefield save for Sinjin. So I'm not even going to put that. I'm not even going to leave that aura on because it gets everybody. So
that's a nice thing about 60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet is no joke. All right.
Generally, it gets
Red is going to. Yeah, I think Red's gonna circle around the tree over here and take a shot at Noona.
What?
Yeah.
But she's got the shiny horns.
Yeah, so Red's going to make a will save. Thank you for reminding me. Will is their best save, but I rolled a 2, natural 2. Oh my god, since you got that Mark III ability upgrade, your Arquand Horns DC skyrocketed. So that is DC 23. That is a failure. So Red not only can't attack you, but also loses the action. So cast a spell.
Just such a cute little lady.
Now, so she'll, from what I understand, she has to make the save to affect you again. Once she makes the save, she's immune to that effect, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we will not mark her as immune, and we will instead go on to the top of round 2. Dregor and Eska plummet further towards the, closer to the comical buggy driven by goblins, and with a giant, safety pad on it, and everything is fine with that. Marayoth, it is your turn.
Marayoth will, realizing the operatives can't be flat-footed, I guess hinder Orange instead. But we get to attack 3 times! 3! What
Terrible.
a treat!
What a treat! So you can just do a double full attack, right? Like a two attack full attack, and then make the disarm. or whatever.
Yeah, so that's the plan. So I think I think I already updated these. Let's find out if that's true.
Okay. Let's find out together.
Is it like Soldiers Onslaught? It should be a -6.
-5
Yeah.
because of flashing strikes reduces the penalty by 1.
Yeah, so I see -5s on these first two, and then -5, but then +5 is Trickster on the last one. Yeah. So does the 20 probably doesn't hit?
19 nor 20 will hit. So
Yeah, but the 28 hits KAC.
it meets KAC, in fact. So that
All right,
will.
so-
You said hinder.
Yeah, sorry. By hindered, I think I meant entangled.
I understand. That was what I assumed.
Yep.
That was what I inferred anyway. So, okay. Orange is now hindered. And we are on to Sloan.
Oh, and sorry. And since I'm hasted, I can also move, right?
Yes, you can.
So we'll do an acrobatics check to move away from the scary tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. You made 3 full attacks. You made 3 ranged
Yeah. I
attacks.
do this first.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're lucky I'm so kind of benevolent.
I am lucky. You're kind of benevolent. I skedaddle over here.
Skedaddle, skedoodle, your staff is a noodle. Sorry, I just remembered it. Paschetti. 35 to tumble versus my 15 plus 1.5 times my CR. Ooh, your +4 racial saved you from that attack of opportunity.
Thank heavens we are bugs.
Thank heavens we're a series of bugs. Sloan Rider,
We
it's
have
your
never been so grateful to be a bunch of bugs.
Let's intimidate this one in front of me. Use my move action to demoralize. 34.
34. That's the
Shake.
same DC as to tumble against, so that beats their DC.
Now that they are shook, I shoot them.
Shooketh for
Um,
1 round.
Maria's already hampered, so we'll continue to go off target.
Oh, to be clear, I didn't like hamper. All I did was entangle. You're hampering.
They're not moving anyway. That's only a 20 versus EAC.
No.
Probably miss.
And a +1's not going to save you from that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
That's it for me.
Okay.
That's my turn.
A Gus.
Get him, Gus.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a full attack. I've turned flanking off since it does not work. Here we go. A 15's gonna miss, but a natural 20 doing
I'm sorry.
87 points of bludgeoning and cold damage, and they have to make a DC 22. I'm assuming Fortitude save or be staggered.
It is a fort, yes. Let me just make that. Let me just make that Fortitude save, please. Please let me make it. Oh, that's a 24. So you ring her bell for 87 points of damage. Jesus. Gross. All right. Oh, I forgot. I have cold resistance.
Reduced by 5.
Woo! Oh no! Never mind. I don't have cold resistance.
Yay!
I'm up against Gus.
Take that.
Disgusting. Anyway, how is that the first time I've said that?
All right.
Yeah,
so many
man.
regrets.
At least you didn't on this last episode.
Yeah. Marath is a sparkly swarm of bugs. Whew. All right. It's
You almost
Orange.
forgot. So
I
close.
almost
I gotta
forgot.
make sure you didn't forget.
So Orange is going to, didn't like that. So Orange is going to take, goodness, I'm entangled. So let me just click that button on my sheet because that's too many things for me to keep track of, as well as shaken. Wow. Orange doesn't have a good chance at this, but they're going to try and shank Gus because she hated that. Nope, not with the knife. The shuriken is... Yeah. 32 versus your KAC, Gus?
Yeah, I'm sure that hits.
Okay. 38 points of slashing damage, and you are flat-footed for the round.
Curse your slashing. They need to learn how to stab.
Yeah, I said shank, but shank would definitely be piercing damage, so...
I was
yeah,
very
this is
excited when
shank.
you said shank.
Yeah, sorry about that, buddy. I got your hopes up, and I apologize. That is orange. And Catch, we are on to you. Catch in the tree.
Catch in the trees. He's able to, like, stand, right? He doesn't have to keep his jetpack on?
Do you have 5 ranks of acrobatics?
I do.
Then you can just fly as a... you can hover as a free action.
Oh, cool. Still curious if I can use the trees as like a stable platform to stand on, just in case.
I'm gonna say you will be flat-footed if you do so, because the tree branches are not very sturdy. But will you take this this penalty on?
Oh no, I'm just kind of thinking of contingencies in case something happens to me or my jetpack.
Oh, I see.
I will remain in the air as long as that doesn't impart the flat-footed condition as well.
Nope.
There's something that does, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. We're gonna just go ahead and use the move action to activate Miracle Worker and standard action. Yeah, let's
By
just
the way,
go ahead.
if anybody fails an acrobatics or athletics check as a reaction, I can allow you to re-roll that check using my modifier for the skill if it's better than yours.
I'll try and remember. Is there a range requirement on that?
60 feet, and you can only benefit from it once per battle, basically, because it requires
Gotcha.
a 10-minute rest.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Miracle Worker, I think, and then, yeah, you know what? Let's just get right into it. We're gonna cast Supercharged Weapon.
All right. He's got the miracle working and the supercharging. So that is his turn. Yeah. Sinjin is just going to stand impassively above all of you and let his minions do the work. Auntie Noona, it is your turn.
All right, Auntie Noona is going to... trying to decide... Well, there's not much she can do against... She can't talk her way out of anything with the tattoo guardian. So she's gonna look over at Red, who I believe is within range. Yeah. As a full action, Auntie Noona is going to say, Oh, you've done it now. Catch, how long does it take for you to charge that ability, by the way?
Oh, it's standard action, and then if I don't use it by the end of my next turn, it goes away. So.
Okay,
It's
so
effectively
now's the
charged.
time. Now's the
Yeah.
time. Oh, you've done it now. I've seen Catch punch a hole through a mountain with that particular gun of his. Just
We don't
gone
remember that.
like a hole. It was chilling. And he's got incredible accuracy. I've seen him shoot a fly off the side of a barn from 100 yards away. I'd be very careful about if I were you. And maybe you should just give up now. So,
Space Barn, to be clear.
alright, that's a bluff check against all foes within 60 feet of me, which is everybody except Sinjin.
Is this a mind affecting effect?
It is a mind-affecting effect.
Okay.
Well, it is, sorry. This is a sense-dependent, language-dependent ability.
That is different, but let me pull up my PDF, because I did not write down, believe it or not, what languages these tattoo guardians speak. Please make your bluff check while I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Spanish.
So that's a 30, 40. That's a 40.
That's the twist of the game. Is Spanish is what is common in the system.
Yes, we've all been speaking Spanish this whole time.
I thought it was Esperanto.
All right, so a 40. Oh, that's a fun monster. Man, I love the backs of AP volumes. All right, what do I speak? Languages. Okay. Let me ask you then, Noona, what language are you speaking as you make this threat?
She knows the language that that the assassins speak because she was part of the Gold League, and so she would know to use.
We'll say you haven't seen these tattoo guardians before, so
Okay.
you're right that you have an inkling, but with your player knowledge, what do you think is the most likely language for these tattooed guardians to know?
Honestly, Drow.
Okay. So making that threat in Drow, the tattoo guardian does seem affected by it.
Woohoo!
All right. So a 40. Now this is what is the DC here?
So the DC is sorry, one moment. Did I put up Deadly Boast? There we go.
Seem to have lost music, Leif.
They take a -1 to AC and a -2 to saving throws against anything that Catch shoots.
The DC you would use is if you were attempting to demoralize them.
With Intimidate. Okay, so
but it's bluff instead of Intimidate.
10 plus 1.5 times the CR, and that's all it is.
15 plus 1.5 times the CR.
That not what? No, what? No.
Demoralize is 15 plus 1.5 times CR. I'm fairly certain.
We can move forward, but I looked this up literally just the other day for Thursday stream, and it said 10. But move on. I will find that. And
regardless, a 40 should be enough to demoralize all of them.
I sure hope so.
Yes. So, okay.
Yay!
That is good. So all of them are going to take a -1 penalty to AC and a -2 penalty to saving throws against Catch for 1 round. And we move on to Red.
I apologize. I see it now. It's either 10 plus your opponent's total Intimidate skill or 15 plus 1.5 times your opponent's skill.
Yes.
So you are correct.
Yeah. It's just easier to go with the CR plus, 1.5 times CR plus 15.
Yeah.
In general, because most NPCs don't have Intimidate. They're not very scary, as we've demonstrated. So Red is going to try to demonstrate some scariness and take another shot at Auntie Noona because she didn't like Auntie Noona bluffing, but she is not shaken or entangled. So we're going to make a will save against those shiny horns. Come on, Will. I did press the button, I thought. There it is. That's a 25. I remember the DC being 23, so
yes, yeah.
She is able to shoot you, and she is immune to your horns for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think will make much of a difference, really.
Yeah.
All right. She's screaming because she is so powerful to avoid these horns, and she slings a shuriken at you in a tricky fashion.
Oh no.
35 versus your CAC is going to be a hit, of course,
yes.
for 30 points of slashing damage, and you are flat-footed.
Okay. I should put down a boot.
We are on to Marayoth.
Marayoth continues the exact same thing. That is 2 attacks against this, 1 for assassin and entanglement. So 23 versus EAC.
That will be a... I guess she's entangled until the end of this turn, is she?
Oh, that's a good question. Dirty trick. Sorry.
That's fine. Let me calculate.
Just says for 1 round.
I hate that. I hate that for us. So she's shaken. We'll just say that it lasts until the end of your turn, because that's
You're
nice.
kind of a GM.
I am. A 23, however, is going to miss her entangled EAC. And that means the 21 is going to miss, and the 26 is going to miss her entangled KAC. So, wait.
There.
No, the 26 hits the entangled KAC. That meets. So, then she is entangled once more, assuming that's what you were going for.
Yep.
All right. Now before Sloane's turn, something good happens for you all.
Oh.
This guy appears, and by this guy I mean Zeldern, cool drow guy with his cool sunglasses.
Kurt Russell.
I was going to say, isn't
Space
that Kurt Russell from Big Trouble in Little China?
Yeah.
Zeldern appears in the door, or what remains of the door, as it were, bloodied and battered, a glowing cloud of energy surrounding his hand. Remember that he is a Solarian. He takes a combat stance and says, "Let me help you all. They beat me and left me for dead." And Zeldern has entered the fight.
Sounds like you're really
Stamina
low on hit
resolve,
points.
though.
Sounds like you're really low on hit points then, buddy.
Yes, he is. Let's resort this.
I think
And
we have a Oh, wait.
there. Okay. We're on to Sloane Rider.
I can restore your stamina. Oh,
Only
right.
if you were demoralized recently.
All right. Sloane's turn.
Sorry.
Let's continue going after this one we've got here between us. We have that last demoralize was just barely a success, right? Intimidate
Correct.
again. Well, that's a 29. That's probably not gonna do it.
That's not, but that's a 3 on the die, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that was fair.
Could you use your improvisation adornment for that?
I could, but it doesn't really seem worth it.
Okay.
35 to hit EAC.
There you go, Sloane. That is a hit.
Sweet. That is 43 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Not a hit, it's total bop.
44.
44, yes. That's really funny you mentioned that, because 44 is just enough to bring this operative down.
Yes, good.
43 was not. That made the difference. So
Good job,
Perfect.
Nick.
Orange is down. And we are on to Gus.
Good job, sweetie.
All right. I'm going to... I did not expect that to happen. It changes my plans.
Oh no!
No.
Well, you gotta
heal the
remind you.
Solarian. You do that,
Remind
right?
You
Yeah,
have
actually, I can do that. I am going to do that because having help is better than not having help. I'm going to move over here. Move action. Then standard action, because I can do this now, I'm going to attempt to perform medicine on this guy. And I'm going to treat deadly wounds as a standard action because I can do that now.
pretty dope.
All right. 35 super beats it, so they recover twice their CR plus
Twice
8.
Twice his TR?
Yes. Twice their CR plus 8. That's how I can heal like 70 hit points in 2 standard
Okay.
actions.
How did we get twice their CR though? I'm just curious.
Oh, I have. It's one of
Nanosite
my nanosite abilities.
Okay. It's a nanosite thing.
Yeah, 1,000 stitches. You can use the surgical host knack to perform medicine checks to treat deadly wounds as a standard action. If you succeeded this check, restore 2 hit points per level or CR of the creature you're treating. If you exceed the DC by 5 or more, you add your intelligence bonus and your constitution bonus to the amount healed.
That is awesome. All right, so he's got you just did a whole bunch of healing to this guy, and he nods at you gratefully. And
As my nanites invade his body and start rebuilding him from the inside.
you take help where you can get it when you're fighting crime bosses. And
True.
that is a very effective turn for Gus. We are on to they're dead. We're on to Zeldern now. So Zeldern is going to grunt, looking at the tattoo guardian, the blue, and it's just going to take a shot at that weird flying tiger thing. So, man, I have so many windows open at this point. His solar flare flashes through the air.
Solar flare, buddies.
Yeah, his seems distinctly hotter than yours, though. He is using fire damage, not cold.
Lame.
And you know what? He'll make 2 attacks. Why not? One of those is a natural 1, but one of them is a 33. So this tiger is going to take some fire damage. And we're on to Catch.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't make my
He's gonna-
bluffs in vain.
Indeed not. He's going to swing around. He's going to... Oh, that's why I needed my other move. Oh, well, time to pick and choose. Let's go for it. What is your bonus to give me again? Is it an increase to hit or increased damage?
So they have a -1 to AC.
Nice.
And
okay.
they are... It's not flat-footed. Oh, and they have like a -2 if there are any saving throws.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, he's going to have to fire from the hip, and he's going to use his move action to activate superior firepower on Red. Finds his weak points and takes a shot. And while I'm clicking the button, if I could just implore people, this is the end of the series. It'd be really cool seeing the auto crit against the boss. Just putting that out there. Here comes that boost.
Would be really cool.
All right. And
Yeah, really cool.
32 against Red's EAC for 68 force damage.
68 force damage. Yeah, that's a hit for Red. Okay, so she is hit even with so you weren't aiming through your scope, right?
Correct.
Okay.
What about your
and
supercharge?
That is my supercharge. It is in there.
Oh.
This is rolling 14d6.
gross.
I know, right? Don't you guys
really
want to
good.
see that doubled?
Oh my god.
No.
I'm just imagining
No.
that in person.
Just
how many dice?
To crit bosses, it does somewhat like ruin the flow of how the narrative structure of stories tends to go.
Yeah,
But he's not
Fine.
shooting the boss.
I considered putting a ban on nat 20s and stuff like that today, but I know at least one person has been saving up their points for a nat 20. I don't know if they're here. I can't remember who said that they were saving up, but I also don't want to deny people. I should have announced such a thing earlier on if I was planning on doing that. But so I will allow I'll allow one nat 20 through if
Benevolent.
Ooh,
yes
used
if
me
that is
well.
purchased. But we'll see. We'll see if anybody even has the points to purchase it.
I'll again remind you of your GM fiat and your ability to add HP to opponents.
Oh, Leif, if you think I haven't done that before. So
I know you've done that before.
I totally play by the books every time. Sinjin is going to snarl seeing Zeldern come in and redirect. Let's see. He's going to redirect Red to go over there and take out Zeldern. And it is Auntie Noona's turn.
All right. Auntie Noona is going to put a get 'em on Blue and on Red, I guess.
Okay.
And she'll shoot at Red. She doesn't want the dragon to remember that not the dragon, the tiger to remember that she exists.
Pretty scary tiger.
It's a pretty scary tiger, you guys. No, that misses.
Yeah, super misses.
Okay. That's not what she's here for.
No. All right. So Jeune Assassin, the red, will ninja run over here and then throw a shuriken at Zeldern.
Not Naruto run? Because that'd be funny.
Not entangled, not shaken. Shuriken attack. It nearly hits Gus as she rolls a natural 1. And here we are at the top of round 4. Marayoth, what would you like to do?
Marayoth will go after the other one. Oh, and I'm fast. I can do this. Oh, how do I? Oh, I can't wait. That's all right. Let's see. Oh no, that's not even true. Sorry, I forgot about the tattoo boy. The tattoo boy can be blinded, and plus, I owe him for trying to attack me earlier.
Yeah, for having the audacity of doing damage to you, Marayoth.
Yeah.
Also, as we all know, cats and bugs have an enmity going back eons, since cats like to eat bugs.
Haven't they read my autobiography?
Bugs, bugs, bugs?
No. That was the alternate title. The subtitle. How to win tens of thousands of friends. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Again, it's going to be 2 solar flares and 1 dirty trick.
Okay.
That's a nat 1, but a 33 against EAC.
Yeah, 33. And decent damage, too. 29 damage.
Yeah, I think this was a solar flare damage level.
Yes. Yeah, it's actually all damage here on out. Every single level, the Solarian's damage dice go up, which is pretty fun.
God.
Yeah.
Completely irrelevant.
Well, yeah. Unless you're playing Devastation Arc. 31 Dirty Trick is going to blind Tiger Boy.
Cool.
Well,
You're just twisting the knife now, Tom.
It was fun. It was fun playing with you, Tiger Boy. You'll never get another attack. Sloan, it's your turn.
Sweet. Let's go get. Who do we want to get? So the tiger's never getting another turn.
Well, never another attack unless he wants to attack with 50% miss chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's still worth killing them, because otherwise I'll be spending my whole turn removing their actions.
Alright, fair enough. I'll go all the way around this tiger with my move action and take a shot.
Is it flying? I thought it was flying for some reason.
It is flying.
Is it flying? Well, then I fly up to where it is.
Yeah.
It's not that far away. We'll make it off target, I suppose. 34, flat-footed EAC.
That will hit for 48.
Lots of fire damage.
Lots of fire. That tiger is even more on fire, but now some of it's real fire and doesn't look as cool as the inky fire. Gus, Barrett Sinclair. Your patient is under attack.
My patient is under attack. I must defend my patient. Quick question. Zeldern, are they also a solar flare Solarian? Is that what they were?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of Solarians in the game, turns out.
Oh, you're right. Well, one of them we added.
Fair.
There we go. I walk all the way around that guy and get behind him. I'm gonna try and bonk him.
All right.
Deadly
Hit me
bomb.
with your best shot. And would you like to make this a full attack since you are hasted?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you for reminding me. And also, I have to say this because people have been almost saying it the whole time. Let's get dangerous. People keep saying let's, and I keep thinking let's get dangerous from Darkwing Duck, and no one said it.
Sorry, Jet, let's is just a word that people say sometimes.
Yeah, but in this moment, with the music, it feels very Darkwing Duck.
All right. So I regret to inform you, Gus, neither of those are going to be a hit.
Would a +1 change anything? Wait, damn it, I don't have one.
Oh wait, there's a get 'em on red. Did you include get 'em?
I did not include get 'em.
Then one of
Or
those is a
welcome.
hit, and the other would be changed by a +1.
Do we have a +1 that's free for anyone?
I think we do.
Let's see. I've got a +1 to any roll for Sinjin, +1 to any roll for Nick, +1 for Team Sinjin, or I can get a reroll for more chance of a d20. So you don't have anyone that is technically open, but
You can have my +1, Jet.
Okay,
I give it to you.
then I do 104 damage.
Oh my god.
there you go. And all right. So thank you, Nick. Oh, Butts double can't not. Now we have another one.
Nice.
Haha.
104 damage, you say?
Between the two strikes. So,
And remind me that you ignore 5 points of cold resistance.
yes.
Jet, this assassin had 102 hit points left.
Yes! Thank you so much,
Oh my
Butts Double.
Unfreaking believable.
Bonk,
Oh,
bonk.
hello, now.
And they shatter. Because it's a flow frost ball.
Yeah, and she shatters and hits the ground.
Tori.
Oh, wow. All right. Zeldern is going to, grunt in approval at Gus's antics and take another shot at the tiger. 2 shots, in fact. Wow. 35 and 35. That's going to be a hit. All right. And 2 hits, in fact. Catch. We're on to you.
All right. Catch nods at Gus for doing such a good job. Is going to reactivate superior firepower on. You know what? Let's just cut to the chase. Why don't we? He's gunning for Sinjin.
Oh, Fleam.
So he turns. He gives here. Can you give Sinjin a color so I know who I'm targeting? And then he's going to cast Supercharge again.
Sinjin will be green.
Perfect.
All right. So remind us all, how many times have you cast Supercharged Weapon out of how many times?
Be my third of 4 times for the day.
Very exciting. All right. So that is green. And how many Miracle Workers have you used today? You have so many consumables.
This will be my second of 2 times for the day.
All right. Excellent. Well, okay. So that is Ketch's turn. It is another boost round. Sinjin is going to snarl to himself. This is, embarrassing. I completely forgot to resolve your friends and King falling into the balloon at the bottom. But what happened was, before Sinjin takes his turn, the bear and Eska both fall into... The bear has a name, Gregor. Gregor and Eska fall into the buggy, and the goblins zoom them out of the room. We'll say at the same time as Zeldern appearing, and they zoom them out to safety.
Hooray! He owes us. Maybe he'll set all of his slaves free.
Does he owe you though? Because if
Yes, totally.
I remember correctly, none of this would have happened if you all didn't bring Sinjin here.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
but he signed up for it.
Yeah.
All right, so it is, speaking of Sinjin, it is now Sinjin's turn. Sinjin is going to snarl and activate as a swift action some wings off of his back. And when I say activate, he has another tattoo, inky black wings erupt from his back, and they seem to be 2-dimensional at first, but then from a different angle, they all, that you can see, it's like a weird 2.5D, if you will, like they look 2D, but you can see them from any angle, sort of like Paper Mario, if anybody played Paper Mario on the N64. Yeah.
Of course.
Yes. So both Sinjin and the Tattoo Guardian will fly out and down, and we'll say they are 60 feet off the ground now. The Tattoo Guardian seems to be sticking close to Sinjin. I'm just looking for a wing. I'm just a guy looking for a wing. There's no good way to show 60, so I'm going to show him in multiples of 10 instead of 5. Sorry. I know how to do it.
adjust mine accordingly.
Okay. Well, no, hold on. Hold that. 60. He has
No,
two.
it looks like he has 0 from Get 'em.
Oh, that was the wrong one. But there. Now it's fixed. All right, so we have 2 wing icons with 60. So then he is going to take a shot at Marayoth is the closest. We're going to shoot Marayoth. Marayoth's lucky day. With a Tenebrous Shadow Pistol. Please take 18 points of cold damage. You don't even need to worry about how high the attack was. It was a very high attack roll.
That's less than I expected. 18? Cool.
He spent his swift action to activate his wings. Yes.
And he doesn't know quick trick. Oh, poor son.
No, that's not something. Now I could just say, hey, he has quick trick. But
No need.
No need. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy about that. Auntie Noona, it is now your turn.
All right. Auntie Noona is going to renew Get 'em on the tiger near her. Well, actually, wait. Isn't that tiger dead?
No, he's alive.
Okay,
Blue?
never mind.
Life.
Okay, renewing that one and putting it on, I guess, the other one.
Okay.
Yep.
That other one is also 60 feet up. And a Get 'em. Okay.
Done.
And go on.
Done.
Sorry, I must have missed a separate Get 'em.
Oh, blue and purple.
Gotcha. Okay. The 2 tigers.
Mind the
And-
tigers, dears.
We are trying.
You
I
released
know you're doing your
tigers.
best.
That assassin is dead. Top of round 5, Marayoth.
Marayoth minds the tigers. Flying away. This doesn't provoke because 25
There.
feet, 50 feet. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll just fire down at this tiger, try to knock them out. They're pretty wounded. Maybe I should just try to shoot them with all damage. No, who am I kidding? All right, well, blind and full attack. Can I actually decide on the 3rd attack?
Read the feat again.
Ah,
Mythos, Starfinder, Noxious, Trickster.
when you make a full attack, you can attempt it in place of your final attack, yeah.
Within your... Yeah, I'm gonna say, sure, why not?
Yay.
That feat's already obnoxious enough, why not?
Really, it's on the 10.
20 will miss, but 32 versus the AC.
That will... 32 will hit the AC.
For
And
30 cold.
it is still up.
Does he look only barely up?
Simon, he's not a bear, he's a tiger. But he...
Not Bear
Yeah.
Week.
It's not Bear Week anymore. It's always Bear Week here in our hearts. The tiger looks pretty ephemeral at this point. It's got like ink dripping off of its form and whatnot. And
All right, I'm gonna attack it with damage for the first time.
for the first time in forever,
It was the wrong choice.
he missed with an attack.
24 versus the AC.
24 is going to miss, but if it makes you feel better, 24 definitely would have missed KAC.
Yeah, but add 5 to that if I had.
Ah.
That would have hit. Yeah, you did make the wrong choice, but you couldn't have known.
We all make
So-
mistakes.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'll
makes
try not to beat myself up.
Slum Rider.
All right. Well, let's see if we can't finish off this tiger, eh?
Let's.
We'll keep doing off target. And should probably switch flat-footed now that we're on tigers. That's a miss anyway. I don't think 19 hits even flat-footed EAC.
19 is going to miss flat-footed EAC, yeah.
Well, then let's shake it. Intimidate. Oh, it's a 45. It shook forever.
Wow. Yeah, it's shooketh for the rest of its life. However long that is.
Good.
Now it's Gus's turn.
All right. I am spending a nanite surge to shift my sheath array into being a pair of wings.
Cool.
Clicking things off, I'm spending things. Sorry, I was like trying to figure out how I can do this action economy wise, and I can. It just takes a second.
Man, NSA sounds mentally exhausting sometimes.
It's not that bad. It's just because I'm on the spot. So swift action. Nanite sheath turns into wings. Gus will dramatically flap them down, flying up his haste-enhanced fly speed of 60 feet. So he's flying 60 feet vertically. And then with his standard action, because he's real far away, he's going to hold his flow frostmaul out to the side. And because it's very appropriate, and I don't want to not have rainbows in this game at this point, it's going to turn into my White Star Nova Lance, which is a rainbow lance.
Love it.
And that's my whole turn.
Okay. Please mark yourself accordingly at your height. Zeldern, meanwhile, is turn 3 of this combat. Yeah. Zeldern doesn't have a way to fly, though, because Zeldern's lame. So Zeldern is instead just going to take a shot at his cousin, seeing that his cousin has entered the fray.
There's a Solarian power for that.
Oh, there is, yeah. But he's an NPC.
What if there were already a jetpack installed in his armor that he just didn't realize was there until just now, Tom?
God damn it, Sloan.
Oh my god.
Surprise jetpack!
Surprise jetpack!
Surprise jetpack.
What else am I going to do with these resolve points? It's the last fight.
The worst kind of jetpack.
I think you mean the best kind of jetpack.
Yeah.
All right. If you really think that you would prepare Zeldern for this eventuality and be like, "Hey, what are you doing without a jetpack?" Go for it.
I think we would.
Okay.
I think yeah.
And if it
What do you want me to
I'll
roll
just put it down.
for surprise jetpack?
Let's make. Oh gosh, I feel like all of these are just sense motive, right? And like reading the future, so to speak. So make me a sense motive check.
Ooh, 31.
Gonna need you to re-roll that if you want it to succeed. A chance to succeed, I should say.
Would a +1 do it, Tom?
I guess a +1 would do it. Yeah.
From Buttstole, can't not. Buttstole loves the +1s. 32.
A 32. Yeah, those +1s are coming in clutch. You all owe so much to Butt Stubble for.
So much to Butt Stubble.
We do indeed.
And our other lovely listeners and viewers. But Butt Stubble surely is the MVP of +1s so far. All right, so Zeldern, of course, thinks to himself, "Oh, if only I had a jetpack." But then remembers, "Oh, I do have a jetpack because Sloan was weirdly insistent that I have one."
Why didn't I use this when they were beating me up in my previous fights off camera?
They had jetpacks too.
It was a small scene. Very small.
Yeah, he
room.
forgot about it. It didn't take long enough.
Yeah. So Zeldern takes to the air, and Zeldern is going to try. Yeah, well, he's 15 feet, so really he's. Now, Sloan, what kind of jetpack did you buy Zeldern? Because you gotta procure this.
We got him a force pack, obviously.
We got him a force pack to level. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the level appropriate answer to that question.
Okay, and you had the money for this.
Sure. Yes, I'm sure we did somewhere. I'm not too worried about it, Tom. We found loot.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
We extorted it out of
Fine.
somebody, something.
You get him up 30 feet, and we'll say that is just high enough for him to to put a ranged explosion over by his dear old cousin, who now needs to make a reflex saving throw. That is his worst saving throw, of course, as a crime boss who uses pistols, if you get my meaning.
I get it. You mean it isn't?
Yeah, no. So Sinjin is fine. The Tattoo Guardian, though, maybe the Tattoo Guardian will fail. Nope, Tattoo Guardian takes half damage. So, what CR am I as Zeldern? All right. 11d6 plus 2. 38, so 19 points of fire damage to the Tattoo Guardian. But Zeldern has a sweet jetpack. And that is going to be our turn. So, Catch, it's on to you.
He's gonna go ahead and just take aim. Aim through his scope at Sinjin, the big bad. Kind of just grit his teeth and give him one of these. Oh no, it's a 28 to hit EAC. That might not hit.
All right,
We have a reroll.
We do.
That will meet my EAC.
Oh,
68 more points of force damage.
68, you say?
I do
Well,
say.
Here's the thing. As a reaction, Tattoo Guardian the Purple is going to sort of like leap in front of Sinjin, very much like the bodyguard feat, and ink will sort of envelop part of Sinjin's body, and then the Tattoo Guardian sort of reforms itself, and they are each going to take half of that damage. They're going to split the damage between them.
Noted.
So,
How rude.
Classic.
Catch spits.
34 minus that is this.
First and stuff with the things.
Plus another, minus another 4. Sure. Okay. And now we have taken our damage, and it is Sinjin's turn. Oh, good. Some of the damage also, you will see, Catch disperses over a force field on Sinjin's body as well.
I was gonna say, don't tell me he has force damage immunities or resistances.
That would be too mean. That would be too mean for me to just put on. No, I will tell you all. I haven't modified any of the gear or anything that he has to necessarily, full hard counter any of you. So Sinjin is going to. Let's see. He doesn't like that though. He knows Catch is one of the heavy hitters on this team, so he's going to shoot at Catch with one of his 2 pistols, making a trick attack. Catch, how does a 27 hit your flat-footed EAC?
It misses by 1.
Oh, that's so funny because J Rock actually gave me 2 plus 1s. So thank you, J Rock. Plus 1 to Sinjin.
No!
We will remember this.
I said it once, I say it again. GMs don't need plus 1s. They have infinite plus 1s.
You're right, but I already told you the total, so now that's why this is useful for me. Is now I can legally bump this up to a 28 versus your flat-footed EAC. So please, my friend, take the gift of 37 points of cold damage, and you are bleeding 14.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, Leif, just take solace in the rush of adrenaline that J-Rock probably just got. Right? Your suffering has enabled this.
Raider.
Yes. Don't forget that bleeding 14. I'll say it again. And we will move on from Sin. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Tattoo Guardians get a turn. I probably forgot that last turn. That's okay. The Tattoo
Should put
Guardians.
them on the initiative just behind him.
Yeah, that's right. Tattoo Guardian in the blue is going to take a swipe or two at Sloan. And I am shaken, so let's tag that.
Yeah, you
Come
be
on.
shaken.
And slam. 33 versus your KAC.
Get into the jam.
33 would hit, but I dodge roll.
Dodge roll. Oh, look, another feat. Jesus Christ.
Dodge roll.
So,
That's a good one.
defensive roll as a reaction. You can attempt an acrobatics check if you use this. If your acrobatics check exceeds your opponent's attack roll result, the attack misses you. Okay, yeah, I miss you. Because you have a 45 acrobatics check. Bonkers.
What's the fight though, Tom?
What?
I can only do it once a fight.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay.
Otherwise, this would be way too good.
Yes. Yes.
Indeed.
Definitely one of those. Okay.
I've been
how
waiting
about?
for you to try and attack me because I've been like,
Yeah.
come
yeah.
on, I want to use it.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. How about a 29 versus your KAC?
No.
Yeah. Well, that's that Tattoo Guardian's turn. This Tattoo Guardian is going to sort of hover in front of Sinjin, as if to try and give him some cover. Not that it's going to matter. Auntie Noona, it is your turn.
Patch, do you need some encouragement?
I'm bleeding.
You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Yeah.
Is
so
he
take
though?
33 back.
Nice, thank you. I'll take that 33 stamina back. Now, does that count as magical healing? Oh, that was one more than I needed.
No.
Okay.
And
They say
she'll
friendship is magical, but not that kind of magic.
Aww.
and then she'll renew the get 'em on blue. Unfortunately, that means that she could not renew it on purple.
Blue, no purple. Good to know.
Oh, I love
You're
her
all
name.
right, Patch. Buck up. I'm proud of you.
All right,
Yeah,
Maria.
Thanks.
You'll probably need to go down to Gus to get that medicine check. Mariah, living with the shame of failing to dirty trick someone last turn, refuses to make that mistake again. Hovering into a position where they are in reach of both lions,
Jeez, why?
That is
so
possible.
that if I drop one, I can hinder the other,
okay.
or
Yeah.
tangle the other. Never again.
As above, so below, or something.
Yeah, just like that. So take 2 shots and then dirty trick, and then obviously if I drop one, I will switch to the other.
Okay.
18 will super miss. 34 will super hit for 32.
Yes. And that was 3 more hit points than this tiger had. So,
mad.
Tattoo
And
Guardian.
then-
I will pause because I have a reaction. The tiger, as it explodes, the Tattoo Guardian explodes in an inky wave, threatening to cover surrounding enemies. All creatures in a 5-foot radius around the Guardian must make it's a reflex save. Sloan, succeeded a reflex save, please.
Done.
Which is to say, just roll a d20 and then say you succeeded.
Yeah. No, but Sloan is notorious for failing reflex saves, if I may say.
I am. It's true. I might have to take half damage.
Wow,
I got
yeah.
a 19.
This was a DC 19 check.
Victory is mine. No damage. Haha. For once,
you are
the whole campaign.
so. You are fine as you avoid this inky wave as it floods towards you midair, and then sort of zips back towards Sinjin's arm. And Maria, please continue with your dirty trick.
And then we entangle the remaining lion.
Tiger, please.
Sorry. We're all the same to me.
Net.
Species.
That's offensive to tigers and lions, I think.
Sloan.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, my turn. I see. Yes. Very important. Tiger in front of me is dead. Let's go get a crime boss. Or should we take out his ad first?
Always kill the ads before the boss. That's what I always say.
Okay, yeah, we'll kill the ad first, but I'll be in here next to him, because I bet he provokes attacks of opportunity from time to time, unlike some really cool operatives. And let's trick attack that large cat. Let's make it off target. No, let's flat foot it. Yes. It's a 36 versus flat footed EAC.
You know that's a hit, my friend.
30 points of fire damage.
30 and flat-footed. Entangled, flat-footed, a net -4 to their AC.
Very rude.
Bad news bears. All right, Gus Barrett Sinclair.
Bad news tiger.
I am activating my reactive repair. So at the beginning of the next turn, I'll start fast healing 4 and gain 7 temporary hit points. So that'll happen. That's a swift action for me. I've got so many little icons now. I am in the air with my rainbow wings and my rainbow lance, and I'm gonna charge Sinjin. Not charge. I'm just moving over there and then attacking once.
Mechanical sense, yes, yes.
A 32 versus EAC for 42 electric and fire damage.
That will be a palpable hit. Minus force field makes it this. All right. You have struck Sinjin. And the Tattoo Guardian, once again, is going to spend a reaction to take half of that damage. So...
Is the force field still up?
No.
Nice. Good.
I mean, it'll... So, force fields work with... They take half damage. They have fast healing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Gus's turn. Zeldern thinks that things are getting a little crowded up there, so he's going to fly over this way. And then up another 3 flight increments, so he's at 45 feet now, so times 9. Then he's going to take a shot at the tiger. With a natural 20. Getting 42 points of fire damage on this tiger. And man, really sad that I rolled that nat 20 against myself. That is something. Catch, it is your turn.
Oh boy, my turn. He's going to swear under his breath, redirect his target to the tiger, and just gonna go ahead and fire.
Ooh.
That's only a 25 to hit EAC though.
But it's got a net -4 to its EAC, so that is obviously a hit.
For 68 damage. That's my number today, guys. I'm just gonna keep giving out 68 damage.
Yeah, but on
24.
variable numbers of dice is the funny thing.
That is the funny thing.
So, all right, tell me how this tiger dies.
Oh man, you know the drill at this point. Ketch is pretty much just always aiming for headshots, and he takes a headshot at this tiger and just wet pumpkin sound.
Ooh.
Yes, as the wet pumpkin sound reaches everybody's ears, so does a wave of ink. And yes, this is going to affect Sinjin as well. Please reflex saves from Sloan and Gus and Sinjin.
Yeah, why would it? But he's a tattoo. Why would he make a pumpkin sound? He doesn't have any guts.
Wait,
less
I'm
wet
not
pumpkin,
flat-footed
more
anymore,
wet
am I?
Puddle of ink just... you're not flat-footed, Gus, no.
At least not for now. That'll happen.
Flo got a 32 on a reflex save.
That's so funny. I got a 32 on my reflex save. Gus got an 11.
I feel like
Well.
it's higher. For some reason, I have some sort of penalty to my reflex save, and I don't know why.
That is strange.
Yeah, there's a 1 untype in there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, 12 would not have made it either, believe it or not. So while you go hunting for that, before you deep dive on that, please be knocked prone and blinded for 1 round.
I'm in the air. What does that mean?
So it's so funny you ask. I've had to look this up many a time. It's in the unintuitive place of, I believe, the acrobat. No, it's not in the acrobatics. I think it's in the fly speed, not in the trip section of the rule book. But you drop 10 feet effectively.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not as bad as if you were prone on the ground, but you do need to.
So I am prone, and you said flat-footed?
Yes. No, blind. You're blind.
Okay, sorry.
Blind, and you just lower 10 feet. You don't have the mechanical effect of prone.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. If you are flying, instead you lower 10 feet. So, okay. That was Ketch's turn. And now it's Sinjin's turn. He's going to get back some force field. And then he is going to... He's got 2 people in his face. Yeah, he's going to quad attack Sloan. That's right. Quad attack.
Oh.
So he's going to...
Does bleed damage
unload.
go to my HP or stamina?
Bleed goes to stamina. Sloan, this does not provoke attacks of opportunity because he's some sort of uncanny shooter or something. Yes.
That's my trick.
Copycat.
Copycat.
Or did you copy?
Ooh, so you'll be happy to know none of these are crits, but I did get some really nice rolls. So
Rude.
Sloan, a 40 to hit your EAC.
That'll hit.
22 cold. A 32 to hit your EAC. Sorry, I'll let you.
Did you say a 32?
A 32, yes.
Will just meet my EAC, yeah.
Please take 32 points of cold damage.
Okay.
A 40 versus your EAC.
Yeah, that
be
hits.
24 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Man, those 40s were one shy of a nat 20. And then a 26 versus your EAC we know is going to miss. So,
It's indeed gonna miss.
yeah, so
How
Sinjin
rude.
just sneers at you as the ink flows back onto his right arm this time. He holds out both pistols and just unloads a volley into your chest from close range. And now we move on to Auntie Noona.
All right, Auntie Noona is going to... Why am I flat-footed again? It's been an age.
You were flat-footed from red, I think, several rounds ago, so you're not anymore.
Cool. Auntie Noona is going to put a get 'em on the beast and one on Sinjin. And I guess fire at the
Didn't
beast.
I kill that thing?
Oh wait, yeah.
Yes, the beast is dead. Sorry.
Okay.
I did not put an X over it. I was too distracted by its explosion.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking it's like there was that fascinating explosion. So I guess it's just Sinjin now, and he
Sinjin.
gets.
It is just Sinjin.
We're in the final phase.
Yep, he gets a get 'em.
Unless he has another form.
No, he does not, and I'm
You're
gonna
not.
fire at him.
What do you think this is? Final Fantasy, Simon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case.
I was thinking of that horrible boss from never mind.
34.
Wow. Yeah, that's a natural 20. So
Woohoo.
that is going to be a hit.
Yay.
And 26 points of fire damage.
And burn too.
Fire and sonic. So there's that. And yes, he's gonna... well, the burn gets rolled on his turn. So he is burning 1d4. But that's very exciting.
And a get him, right?
And
Yeah.
a get him. So now he's got get him. Just so many little icons clogging up his token. And now we are at the top of round, I want to say 6, Marayoth.
Marayoth will hover up a bit. Make this a 6. And say, you will pay for stealing our ship.
Only we get to steal ships.
Yes. Well, I guess we sort of stole the ship, right? He really does sort of have the moral high ground here.
No,
And then shoot him 3 times. So 2 solar flares and then 1 to entangle. Ooh, those don't look like good. None of those start with a 3. All of them start with a 2.
Are those including get 'em?
No.
Okay. Then a 28 versus EAC will hit. A 30 versus EAC will hit. A 23 will miss, and the 29 plus 2 will entangle.
Oh, so 31 hits KAC?
31 hits KAC, yes. Yes. So, okay, what's that? Yes, okay. So, all right, 31 points of cold damage, you say. Man, he's going to start losing hit points a lot faster now that he doesn't have tattoos and assassins, and you all are focusing on him. Very scary.
Especially that last one.
Yes. Entangled. All right.
Well, he has so many conditions. It's like you can't even see him on there.
Yeah, you got to zoom in real far. Sloan Rider, your turn.
Just a bad day. Let's bounce over here. So we have flanking. And trick attack.
He's an operative. He doesn't get flanking.
You know, that's a very good point. Let's stay here and intimidate instead.
Why'd I open my big mouth?
I don't know why you did that to yourself. That's only a 33, though.
Oh, that's not going to intimidate this guy.
You know what? That's an intimidate check. Let's use my improvisation adornment to re-roll that. Because why not? We're coming up on the end.
Yeah, this is
a 45 to shake.
Right? 45 to shake. He is shaken, not stirred. So, what's my CR anyway? Oh, that's a big number. Yes. All right. So you have shaken him. He is shaken for 2 rounds.
Very nice. That is a 24 to hit EAC with my trick.
Oh, 24 to hit EAC. Entangled EAC. I literally can't see all the different things on him right now. That is going to be a miss because he is not flat-footed for your trick.
Rude.
So 24. You have get him in there. His EAC is lowered by 2. I'm just running the calculations to make sure you can't. No, a +1 would not save you here. So.
There's only a 4 on the die.
Yeah, gotta miss sometimes.
I use this reroll, dudes. We have one.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's use Butts Doubles reroll one more time. We're gonna raise our chances of a nat 20. Better than a 4. That's 4 higher.
Weeping bitterly over there.
28.
28 will hit EAC.
Yes.
Drow.
Very nice. That's 52 points of fire damage, and I would like you to note his speeds are halved. That is a hampering shot.
Well, that's no good.
Also entangled, which I think also slows.
Yes, we do not want, because someone said he's very slippery.
Well,
let's see how slippery you are when you can't move.
I don't think hindering affects teleportation, but it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know.
I still got resolve points.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you just keep burning those, my friend, and have none for when you need to get up. So 52 points of that, and Gus. Oh God, it's Gus. I've got Gus and Catch next. Gus, take your turn.
I am blind. How long am I blind?
For 1 round.
So till his turn, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm blind. I'm gonna try and stab him with the lance, and I'm probably gonna miss. Full attack.
Roll roll your mischance first. You're making 2 attacks?
Yeah.
All right, so roll high is good. So that's a miss on the first one, and a miss on the second one. All right, that saved me there. Zeldern is going to make a full attack as well. And also both misses. Catch, can't you save us from this comedy of errors?
No, because I need to overcharge still.
Fair enough.
Still charging his laser.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Redirect, superior firepower, and supercharges. Last one of the day. And I'll say it one more time. If anybody wants to see an ungodly amount of dice being rolled, throw me that nat 20. I'll make your dreams come true.
Well, we won't actually see the dice, though, right? We'll just see a huge number.
Well, no, I'll go in there and I'll do the proper dice rolls. Because I auto crit, I'll just go in there and I'll click the.
Yeah, that's fair.
Really spoil us.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
make a bunch of dice turn on the table. No, we won't, because that'll crash deep roll 20.
Yeah,
Crash
It
your roll
absolutely will,
20.
yeah.
So that is that means it's Sinjin's turn again. That's very exciting.
Oh dear.
So we're going to let's see. We want to what do we want to do? Gus is blind, and that's great. But Sloan is annoying, and that's also great to shoot at. So let's roll. I feel like I roll all the time between you two because you're always in melee with these fools. So Gus is odd, Sloan is even. Sloan is even. We are going to trick attack
Rude.
Sloan. All right.
You can't trick me. I'm too tricksy.
Oh, but he can. And I'll tell you what. He rolled a nat 20. So Sloan, what happens here is he somehow manages to feint you with his one pistol, and then the other one he simply holds right up to your face and pulls the trigger, and everything just goes black. As I need you to make me a reflex saving throw against the critical hit effect on this.
This
weapon.
could be to my detriment, but did Sloan fly up into the air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just didn't see the indicators on the token. I just wanted to make sure.
Right. So Sloan, that is going to fail. This was a reflex DC 22. And indeed, as he pulls the trigger in your face, you suddenly lose all sight. You are blind for 2 rounds.
That's rude.
Not only that, but I need to roll just a comical amount of dice for a critical trick attack.
On the plus side, maybe this is how Sloan finally gets her requisite pirate eye patch.
I was exactly going to say that.
There's no wound effect, so it's a blind effect.
It still happens.
You can
whatever.
You can remove whatever eyes you want.
All right, so that is a total of 60 plus 91 plus 110 damage. Please take 110 cold damage, Sloan.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I see. Okay. Whew. How's Sloan feeling now?
Not great.
Oh,
It's fine. Everything's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Oh boy, that was what Sinjin needed. Now let me double check that I didn't have anything that prevented me from doing that. No, Oh, I should take burn 1d4 though. Now that I'm here, so this is sort of counteracting some of his force field, and the shaken would not have affected him. All right. So in that regard, because it was a nat 20. Auntie Noona, it is now your turn.
Auntie Noona, seeing her baby get really mussed up, goes, Sloan, you're okay, honey, you're okay. And so she's going to give an inspiring boost, and also is going to use a resolve point to add 13 to that. So that's 46 back.
Okay. Very good. 46 stamina back to Sloan. Anything with your move action?
Then she's going to renew the Get 'em on Sinjin.
Okay. All right. Then, Marayoth, it is now your turn.
Morale does the exact same thing as they do every round. That is the 2 attacks and then a entangle. I have all these checkboxes all these abilities that I took that like let me do things as move actions, but these days all I do is full attack.
Yeah.
18 versus EAC probably misses, but I think the other 2 hit historically.
Yes, a 30 is going to hit for 33 points of cold.
And then 29 plus bonuses just renews the entangle.
Okay, renews the entangle. All right. So, let's see. Okay. We are on to Sloan, who's blind.
I mean, gleam head, mother pronking
Sorry,
Sure.
I would have.
face. Let's. I probably should have feigned my own death, but I'm too mad at this guy.
Okay.
He is freaking shook. I guess I'll just trick attack. Yeah.
Could also maybe get some distance on him.
Yeah, I suppose I could. He can't be flanked anyway.
Yep.
Let's see if we can hit him. Was it 26 versus EAC?
26 versus EAC -2 because of entangled is going to be a hit.
Victory. It's 36 points of fire damage, and he is once again hampered. And I'll just back up. I can.
Back it
All
up.
right.
All the way back there.
Okay. And Sloan, as you do this damage to him, something is going to sort of break in him as he how do I describe this?
He enters his final form.
Which, yes, actually, Simon. Fine. Are you happy? He has a final form.
I'm so happy.
I'm glad.
Oh, Wesker on us.
It's
So,
the Phoenix
you remember-
tattoo, isn't it?
You remember that Phoenix tattoo that you all found mention of? So he is going to breathe raggedly as Sloan, I forgot to have you roll mischance on that attack. That's very embarrassing. Please now roll me a D100 and roll high so this all goes through.
Of course.
Tom, stop
Tell you what.
cursing us with your.
Tell you what, it went through because it needs to go through because of the dramatic timing. Because I'm a kind of benevolent GM, and also I forgot to have you roll that before I started describing and gave away the ghost. So
Yeah, weird, Aces High things.
yes. So yeah, totally. So Sinjin takes a ragged breath, and blood sort of dribbles down his chin as he coughs and says, "You all made a grave mistake in bringing me here." And then he is going to pull back the sleeve or the collar of his armor, his very decorative armor, and reveal a phoenix tattoo on his neck. The phoenix tattoo erupts in fire and explodes all over his body, healing his wounds and making his muscles bulge in midair. He shakes with mad laughter as he does this.
He went Super Saiyan.
Call him Frieza.
God dang it.
But as the fire continues,
Sorry.
I have more. He shakes with mad laughter, but as the fire continues to rage, his voice becomes panicked. his body grows, grotesquely tripling in size as half-formed wings erupt from his back, dripping sizzling ink. In Sinjin's place now stands a terrifying beast, part drow and part monstrous bird. Consumed by fire that chars his flesh, he howls in agony and rage. And I will show this once again. Sick art to you all.
Simon called it.
Simon did call it. Congratulations,
It's really
Simon.
more of like an Akira kind of situation, right? Like the grotesqueness, and it's not working the way he expected.
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is definitely not Super Saiyan. He did not. This is not an intended side effect of the tattoo. Spoilers. And in fact, Sinjin is gone, replaced by this version of Sinjin. I mean, his token. His token is gone, and we replace it with something else. And I think that is as appropriate a place for us to leave as possible. So we're going to go back. And we're going to go to break, rather. Sorry, I was distracted by chat. Welcome, first-time viewer. Picked a heck of an episode to come in on. So welcome. But yes, we're going to go to break. We will come back Welcome back. The stakes have gotten even higher. The fight has even gotten hotter. Gotten even hotter because Sinjin turned into a monster Phoenix Drow thing, and everybody was real spooked by that. I bet, even if they say they weren't, I bet it was pretty spooky. So. With that said, let's get right back into it. I'm going to roll another initiative for Sinjin here. Oh, I can close that character sheet and open up Ink Warped Sinjin. He even has a Final Fantasy boss name in terms of this is Sinjin, but he's different. I love this.
Now, quick question, Tom. Is he still 60 feet in the air?
We're going to say yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix.
Yep, he does have a fly speed.
Didn't know if he ascended higher.
No.
Yeah, like, we had like a safe to play version of Final Fantasy VII's One Winged Angel to play.
No, you don't.
All right, I'll try to acapella it.
Gus and Marayoth, in fact. You two are close enough to this explosion. Would you please, as and Zeldern as well, the three of you need to make me a reflex saving throw because as Sinjin attains this final form, his body erupts in fire in a large radius around him. Only gonna hit you 3 though. All right, so Marayoth, you're gonna take half. Zeldern is gonna take half, and Gus, you are going to take full damage as I roll. Gus, please take 28 points of fire damage before resistances, and Marayoth and Zeldern can both take half. And that stings. Zeldern is once again not looking good.
Sorry, can I get the number one more time?
28 was full damage. It is fire damage, believe it or not, and you are taking half.
Well, it's not like I can inspire stamina into Zeldern, though, right?
No. So what's going to happen? We'll find out on his turn. But Gus, it is your turn.
All right. Heal slightly. I'm going to try and full attack. This thing's fiery, though. No, swift action. I'm going to switch back to... going to try the Frost Maul. Maybe it doesn't have resistance to cold. I imagine it has resistance or immunity to fire.
Okay, could you also please make me a Fortitude saving throw starting your turn in next to Sinjin. Next to
Sure.
Inkwarp. Oh boy. Let's see. Searing Aura. You have passed the DC, therefore you take no fire damage. Please continue your turn.
Okay, so swift action, spending a nanite surge. My lance will shift back into the frost ball because I'm just guessing maybe they're not resistant or immune to that. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and bonk them.
El Kabong.
Are they get-emmed? No.
This is a different entity. I'm going to say all conditions and powers on him, including get him, including catches targeting, are going to be different, as this is a different creature altogether.
Sure. Here we go. A 31 versus KAC for hopefully 57 bludgeoning and cold damage.
That is going to miss.
Yikes.
What? That's a 12 on the die.
It is.
BBG, buddy.
Read into that what you will. Let's check your request, shall we? Yeah, you don't have any +1s left. So
That's with Get 'em?
Get him is not on Inkwarp Sinjin. Get him was on regular Sinjin.
I actually have 7 more hit
lame.
points because I had 10 hit points. That's everything.
Okay. All right, audience. Now is the time. This is actually the final fight. I'm not gonna pull any punches here. So, if you have points that you want to spend, I recommend you spend them now. +1s, rerolls, a nat 20 if you have anything. Yes, I will even ask for that for my players. All right. So Gus, that is your turn, and it's my turn now. Inkwarped Sinjin's turn. So Sinjin is going to, at the start of his turn, in fact, he lets out a cry of agony as the flames sear his flesh. What you can see, Gus, is that Sinjin is in there. He's just been warped and expanded by this inky tattoo, and he actually takes a little bit of damage.
And Tom,
Yeah, maybe if we just
Yes.
sit on it, he'll damage himself to death.
this might be to my detriment, but I was at 50 feet. He was at 60 feet. The Flow Frostball does not have reach, and I did have an action that I could use to move, but that might provoke an attack of opportunity from Sinjin.
I'm going to say this version of Sinjin hasn't taken. Just get closer to him. He hasn't taken the turn
Okay.
yet.
Yeah, I'm just moving up vertically
Yep.
10 feet to be.
Okay. So Inkwarp Sinjin is going to. Let's see. Yeah, he's just going to take a full attack on Gus. That is a 30 versus your KAC.
That meets.
Please take 61 points of bludgeoning and fire damage.
1 second.
And. Oh,
54.
okay.
Wait, bludgeoning and fire?
Bludgeoning and fire.
49.
You're going to need every point because the next attack is a 38.
Super duper hits.
For 51 points of bludgeoning and fire damage.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank
sorry,
on
whistling.
this. No, it's 46.
Ooh.
Yeah, that stamina shot down, and that is Inkwarp Sinjin's turn. Zeldern is going to call out to your party and say, listen, I'm really hurt. I'm going to have to back up a little bit here. But he'll take a parting shot at his cousin as he does back off. Ooh, he rolls very well and does manage to land a hit on Sinjin.
Mariah did record video capture in making that admission, and then saves that for later.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying he's like wants to be this like hella cool crime boss later, and that was like pretty lame. I'm just in case.
I see. Okay. Well, yeah, this guy that has helped you and risked his life will back off a little bit.
In case.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll also give you that you remember that he's doing fire damage, and the fire damage did seem to go through to Sinjin. And then he'll back off towards Sloane and descend to the ground. He's 45 feet, so he gets there. And that's Zeldern. Catch. As I remember it, you had a supercharge.
Yeah, and I'm going to try and make it work by delaying until after Auntie Noona goes.
Okay. I will remind you, now that we're here, that you will need to recalibrate your weapon towards this guy.
I heard you. I unchecked all the boxes. That's why I'm waiting for Auntie Noona to go.
Gotcha. I understand.
Give me the bonuses.
All right, Auntie Noona is going to shout out to Gus. Gus, you're okay. You can walk it off. I believe in you. So you're gonna get an inspiring boost, Gus, and she will spend a resolve point so that you get 46 stamina points back.
Thank you.
And she will also place Get 'em on the only baddie available. So, done.
Okay.
Something for everyone.
+2. That you don't. You probably have some concept of how huge that is, but that is going to make this a lot better for your friends. Now we are on to Catch.
Who, with the additional boost from Get 'em, is going to aim through his scope. That's right. He didn't look for a weakness, and that is factored in. And he's going to fire.
Don't forget coordinated shot.
I have not forgotten coordinated shot. That's a 37 to hit.
Ooh, all right. That 37.
63 force damage.
Yeah, 63. Yeah, you do seem to want to hit around the 60s in your damage numbers, no matter what combination of numbers you throw in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
63 force. All of that goes through, and Sinjin howls. Okay. And then that is your turn, yes?
Yep. Move action to aim, standard to fire.
Okay. Marayoth, we are on to you.
Marayoth will use some of these move actions. In particular, activate Blade in the Night for the first and last time ever on Sinjin. And then, instead of shooting for damage, let's try to entangle them. 36 with Get 'em versus KAC.
That will entangle.
Hooray.
Hooray, Marayoth. So Sinjin, Ink-Warped Sinjin is now entangled. Hate that for him. And Sloane, it's your turn, and you haven't taken any more damage yet. Isn't that nice?
So very nice. Very glad to have not taken more damage. Let's intimidate that Phoenix Drow monster thing, the 41.
Ooh, so my CR is 15 plus 1.5 times CR. This is a very high CR monster.
Magic number is very high, huh?
Just vamping. Yes, you managed to intimidate him in spite of that.
Yes.
For 1 round.
All right. It is shook. Let's see if this new monster can be flat-footed.
Survey says.
Is it CR 17 or less?
Just barely.
Oh, thank goodness. 32 versus possibly flat-footed EAC?
He is flat-footed. And
Yes!
that is a hit. You do 47.
That is 47 points of fire damage, and it is flat-footed to everybody until the start of my next turn.
Okay. You all just very quickly managed to rack up those conditions on him once again. Very good work, everybody.
Yes, well done us.
Debuffs.
Debuffs, debuffs, debuffs. Let me click these on his sheet as well. Entangled, flat-footed, shaken. None of them are going to save Gus's life, but, I'll put them on there. And that is Sloane's turn. Gus, you start your turn once again in his aura. Would you please make me a fortitude saving throw?
Oh.
That
7.
is going to be a failure, so please take 13 fire damage simply for starting in his aura.
Okay, so I will take 5.
Goodness gracious.
Because I had 10 hit points.
Oh, I see. Okay. Go ahead and take your turn.
All right. Got a full attack. Gosh darn it. Fishing for crits at this point.
Old move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Probably not.
Well, you do have a lot of bonuses too.
Yeah, I know. But a 1 on the die and an 11 have demonstrated that they do not hit, so
last
That
time
sounds
you
like roll
attacked,
13.
he wasn't entangled, nor was he flat-footed. So let's check his KAC now.
And I did add get him in, so that's already factored.
Of course. His current KAC is in fact 28. That is a hit.
So 49 bludgeoning and cold damage, and now I need him to make a fortitude save.
Okay.
I'm using my
before
reaction.
that, give me one moment as I calculate which. What do you want to be the 25 damage here? The bludgeoning or the cold?
Shoot. Bludgeoning.
Okay. He is going to rear back as you hit him with this cold hammer. And he actually seems to take a little bit more damage from the cold damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Good to know.
49, so 24 times 1.5. Well, half of that is another 12. So he takes, goodness gracious, 61 points of damage. And he's going to have a reaction. So he'll make a fortitude save for you.
Yep.
Fort. That is a 24.
You make it. Does a wow, that completely negates 2 class features.
I'm
He is
very
the big
sorry.
bad.
So then, how about a reaction? You please make me a reflex saving throw, Jet, as Sinjin, as a reaction. You hit him with this maul, and as you do, Sinjin will roar in pain, and an ink eruption will burst out of the spot that you hit him, and you're going to take that 10. Believe it or not, is not enough, so you are going to take a full damage reaction. There we go. So many things. 29 fire damage, my friend. And that is his turn.
That was my turn. It's now his turn.
Thank you. So many, yeah, the back and forth of, oh, I have this, now I have this.
Yeah.
Threw me off, thank you. All right, so let's see. He's going to... Yeah, he's just going to... Oh, at the start of his turn, he has to... Nope, that one. His limbs splay out as fire erupts from his back, his half-formed wing fluttering in the sudden updraft, and he will take a little bit more damage. And he is going to now... yeah, I think he's just going to full attack Gus again, because Gus is annoying him, and the only one in melee with him. So, here we go. Ooh, those might both be misses. 24 to hit your KAC is obviously a miss. 30 to hit KAC.
That's matches.
All right. then 57 bludgeoning and fire damage.
52.
Thanks.
Sorry, I had to do quick math.
Of course, no problem.
I have taken the appropriate damage.
Okay, good. Nat Finder. And then...
Wait, reactive repair. Or,
okay.
Wait, no, I used my reaction already. I can't not reactive repair. It was defensive dispersal, but I already used my reaction. Never mind.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a reaction. Otherwise, I would have had him attack Mariath with a ranged attack and then you, but that's okay. Auntie Noona, it is your turn.
Well, about all I can do is reapply Get 'em. And I guess shoot. But, like, it's fire. Half of that would be fire.
You got a backup gun?
No, of course I don't. So yeah, I'm just gonna reapply Get 'em, and Mariath, do you need a talking to?
No, I'm good. Thank you for asking. If you want a gun, there are several in my body that you could extract.
All right, she'll come up behind you, and I guess
no,
she'll
I'm
take.
sorry.
They are flying.
Oh nope, never mind.
That's way too
Yeah,
much.
they did that, right?
Fine, she activates her jetpack and flies up next to them. I don't know if they can get I don't know if she can get 60 feet. No. She just moves here and she says, "Just drop it on the ground, dear."
You know, actually, sorry, we forgot that we were a Solarian. As an operative, we usually accumulate a lot of guns, but it's not the case.
Okay, well
yet.
then none of that happened.
None of that happened.
Glad we had this talk.
I thought you did steal a bunch of guns from the previous fight.
Yeah, but we usually sell them.
Mm.
Oh, I guess we
Alright.
can.
I mean,
Whatever,
from the
just move-
throne room, you couldn't have sold them.
Just move on. It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
So, Catch is going to go ahead and target his weak points and fire. 38 to hit for 73
Oh.
damage.
Get out of here. 73 force damage. Yeah, Sinjin looks really bad as this attack rocks into him. His fire, sputters briefly in this onslaught, but he is still up.
How's that bleed
Yeah.
treating you, Leif?
Oh yeah. Bleed 14 on Catch. That again would have been fixed if you all had just let Sinjin run away and had this fight another time. But Mariath, we're on to you.
Look,
Mariath,
that's killer instinct.
now with Blade in the Dark, does the classic full attack entangle. Oh wow, great rolls, Simon.
Yeah,
There's
not
a
even
33. Yeah, 33s versus the AC, and then 43
Uh,
versus the AC.
Simon, please describe how you defeat Lord Sinjin of the Golden League.
Yay! Mariath just continuously hammers bolts of purple energy that sort of freeze patches of this phoenix one at a time, and then one of his wings falters, and then the other, and then he spirals into a nosedive and crashes into the floor, and then maybe reverts back into a drow form. Or no, maybe it's a permanent thing.
That's mostly how it happened.
Ooh.
First, Sinjin's body lets out one last enormous explosion of flame and ink, hitting anyone in that same radius as his arrival radius. So Simon and Jet, yep, you guessed it, you need to make me a reflex save against some fire damage. Oh no. Both of you are going to take full damage, 27 points of fire damage here, as Sinjin's body erupts in flame, and you're covered in boiling hot ink. And then, yes, his body falls to the ground, sagging, rapidly begins to disintegrate. Where once stood the powerful drow crime lord, all that's left is some charred gear and, interestingly, a phoenix feather.
Hooray!
Put that in Sloane's hat.
Not a bad idea.
Gus will descend, pick up the feather, and offer it to Sloane.
Sloane will absolutely put it in her hat.
Do we?
Just
Sort
a
of
second.
basically,
As I duct tape all of these healing things together and just chug them.
just like 5 vials of healing serum in your mouth.
Yeah.
All at once.
Just shotguns them.
Sort of spiraling down to the ground, looking around for other people. Rayath will say, "Did we win?"
Yes, I believe we did.
Good job, Kurt Russell.
No more bounty.
What does Noona feel in this moment, with the remains of what was once perhaps her friend lying on the ground?
Well, Noona knew that she had to get out of that life, and she never really understood quite why Sinjin let her get away when he'd never let anybody else, really. So in some ways she feels sad for him and pity. And a surprising lack of malice. He could have been so much better, but he made certain choices.
Repeatedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, seemed to learn the lessons he wanted to learn.
Yeah. All right.
Would you say...
So-
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say,
Okay.
would you say Auntie Noona is disappointed in him? the most cutting thing that, you know.
Oh. Well, she'd given up hope a long time ago. But still, yes. Yes. Auntie Noona is disappointed in him.
Well,
The end.
that is that. We're gonna skip ahead here, as you all have succeeded in your ultimate goal, defeating Lord Sinjin. Whether that will bear fruit in your bounties being lifted remains to be seen in the immediate. Zeldern approaches you all soon after. Thank you for taking care of his cousin for him. He takes command of the soldiers that have been locked in their quarters that they were given. They seemed suspicious or, reluctant at first, having their boss, murdered. But with promise of pay, they eventually agree to serve under Zeldern instead. And Zeldern quickly leaves Smuggler's Moon to return to the Golden League to make a bid for Sinjin's position as head of the crime family that he headed.
There's
in
been
terms
a
of
change in management.
Yes. A hostile takeover, if you will. In terms of King Dregor, he seems very wary of you all.
As he should
This
be.
plan did not go how he wanted it to at all. He certainly didn't envision becoming a hostage himself, nor being thrown off of the balcony of the conservatory. With some coaxing, he could be convinced to begrudgingly allow your presence on the Smuggler's Moon to continue. What would you all like to do with the moon and King Dregor in general? The floor is open.
Dregor is going to turn this moon into keep it as a safe place, for people to vanish. But he's going to stop forcing people into indentured servitude.
Yay.
And he's going to let the people that he has indentured out of their contract.
Yeah, if they want to go, he's got to let them go. Or we're going to do something about it.
Well, you have proved yourselves sort of not giving a pronk about anything that he can throw at you. So ultimately, with much cajoling and sort of scraping and whimpering, he will, in private, of course, he's got to keep up his facade. He will agree to these terms. we'll see a brief, after you all have left Smuggler's Moon to do whatever it is you do afterwards, which we'll get to. We see a brief cutscene of Alolel, the old Vlaka living in the servants' quarters, approaching King Dregor, and the two of them mending old bridges.
Aw.
I swear you're going to say making out.
Ew.
No. No.
Yeah,
But
come
yeah,
on.
I mean that'll come later. But like,
Okay, good.
you know,
I want that Vlaka to find
tastefully.
love.
off screen, tastefully, yes, like Nick said, the camera, fades to black, or in a little circle around them just gets smaller and smaller.
The iris glow, yeah.
The iris, thank you. Yes. So, yes, King Dregor will agree to reconsider his employee hiring process. in so much as it is. Finally, there remains the question of the Risen and the severance package. What do you all want to do with your newly gained ill-gotten ship? It should be noted, which I find delicious. Time is a flat circle. This is the second ship you've stolen from Sinjin.
It's Severance Package 2, Electric Boogaloo.
And we somehow squish them together into a mega ship.
No, I think what
I'm afraid that engineering does not work like Spathane biology, dear.
It's the beginning of our fleet.
I think
Yes.
since this ship is clearly superior to this, is what we do is we take over this one and we pass along the severance package to our second most trusted crew.
Well, hold on. The severance package has all that cool, like, bigger on the inside technology. Maybe we can, like, just move that into the new ship?
This one has double that, remember?
This one has the null space cargo hold technology in it.
It has
Alright.
twice the null space holds as ours, if I remember correctly.
We tell the goblins that they have proven themselves capable and loyal companions. And we place them in charge of the second ship in our fleet. And tell them to bring terror to the galaxy, but never to those who are weaker than they.
Also,
We've imparted our values upon them, I'm sure.
profit whenever possible, but not to the detriment of the common man. And one of you needs to learn how to cook, or you need to hire a real cool chef.
I'm sure you taught one of the goblins to cook. Come on, Gus.
It is indeed Goog. Goog has proven himself a very adept cooking student, also known as chef. Man, that's so exciting. I love that. All right,
And we
so
set them loose upon the galaxy to spread the name of Sloane Rider and her terrifying pirate armada.
And they're in such a crazy cool ship. I mean, it's got holographic disguise properties. It's a giant freaking hammer.
very fitting.
Pirate armada.
Before they go, Ketch will install for them. He'll swap out some of their modules because they don't. Who are we kidding? They don't need one of those hollow bays or whatever they're called. It takes them literally a single day to get anywhere within system. And so he's going to swap it out. He's going to make them even more terrifying. He's going to give them one of those breaching weapons so they can ram other ships and board them and do their piratey thing. And he's also going to install for them a hangar bay with a drop pod. So they can do with that as they please.
Is it the breaching weapon that has the automated boarding party, like the robots?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like it's basically like a big point that opens up once it gets inside the ship. So you basically just make your own hole.
It's not. It's no longer a hammer. It's a pick.
Yes, it's that.
Ooh, love that.
Look at that.
A pick with a drop pod, so they can go terrorize planet side if they wish.
That's horrifying.
So
we
now
the
that
good-
you've unleashed
are
this
we-
nightmare on the galaxy,
Are we the baddies?
They're generally good goblins. They're fine.
Oh,
They'll just
they
bring
are,
terror to evil forces in the universe.
We only terrorize corporate entities.
Yeah.
Classic kleptomaniacs rule.
And jerk.
corporate entities, slavers, and fascist wow, I can't even say the word.
Hegemonies.
Yes, that's
And
the
the
word.
stewards.
When the stewards.
But we
And
just
really
kind of
anyone
avoid
can-
the stewards, I think.
It's a lot of people, actually, once you start enumerating them.
It's almost as if no.
We're
Anyway,
talking about.
So yes, the beginning of the armada, the pirate armada of Sloane Rider, truly begins on Smuggler's Moon when
The
the historians look back at it.
Sloane Rider, the Phoenix Pirate Queen.
Yeah.
Love that.
We're gonna
Badass.
paint the new ship up to look like a phoenix. Put some holographic emitters on it so it looks like it's on fire.
Yes.
Named the
Yes.
Risen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Risen Phoenix.
Yes.
We
yes.
just steal his whole theme.
We turn it up to
Yeah.
11 though. We turn it up to 11, Tom.
Yeah. Oh no, I believe you. No, I'm just saying, like, Tom, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the first time that clicked in my head. I was like, oh, it was the Risen because he had a phoenix tattoo, and you all are born from the ashes once, anew now that your bounties will be lifted. Because as a side note, yes, Zeldern eventually is able to get your bounties lifted, and you're
Oh, thank goodness. Now my
truly
question
free
is,
to fly and not die.
yay! He said the thing.
Said
Good
the thing
thing.
in a different order. What is your question, Leaf?
My question here is: had anybody thought about what was happening with Neva and her crew?
Neva.
Nito
the-
Robo.
Oh
Neva
yeah.
Robo and the crew of the Wintermorn. Yes.
Because we should totally hire them on if nobody had any thoughts on this. I don't want to step on anybody's toes here.
I mean, if we
We
could, then
absolutely
yes.
should ask them to be part of the Armada.
Because you can't have an armada of just 2 ships. I think 3 is a crowd and thus justifies armada.
Yes. Agreed.
They
For
will.
each other's mutual benefit and protection.
They might be convinced to join you. J-Rock brings up a good question of where is Tarika in all this. Tarika will probably stay on as your perhaps the legitimate face of your armada, still getting you contacts and whatnot.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
every good pirate empire needs a logistics officer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where
And
things-
Does have her
Tarika,
own ship.
she does have her own ship, yes. And Tarika doesn't, whatchamacallit, she's not a stranger to illegal activity, as she was actually once, I don't know if this ever came out in backstory, but she was actually part of Leif's, Ketch's gang, the Drift Kings. So she is no stranger to the illegal side of things.
Plus, she's got to take care of all of her kids.
Yes, she does have a lot of family to take care of that we don't have on screen. So yeah, let's talk about the specifics. What do each of your characters do next?
J-Rock is asking about Dominda. I know the name, but I'm not picturing the person.
Dominda was
Oh, one of the
Sinjin's
crew, right?
second in command.
Oh
at one
yeah, the
point.
cool biker lady.
Yes. Yeah, she had really cool hair. But yeah, you all killed her in book 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't we kill her?
You did.
I think we ended that one.
I think it was at the beginning of book 3, if memory serves. Yeah.
Ages ago.
So,
Ancient
let-
history.
yeah. Let's hear from each of you on what your characters do post book 6. Who wants to go first?
So Auntie Noona will get on the ship with the goblins, and that's the ship that will be helping take what's her name, the woman who she and her
Kelpie
brother wanted to.
Kelpie and Frennick, the Patra siblings.
Yeah, so she offers them a ride back to where they want, but perhaps maybe they should try something else. And so she sort of turns that second ship, manned by the goblins. She doesn't like to do the work of actually managing the ship, and she doesn't really care where they go. But there somehow always seems to be a bunch of misfits as crew on that ship, and she goes around supplying support when necessary and helping those people become the people they're supposed to be.
I love the Auntie Noona turn the severance package into a space orphanage.
A space orphanage pirate ship.
Slash
Great place to
rehabilitation
raise a kid,
center.
you know? It really teaches them the right values.
Yes.
Pirate ships are naturally made orphanages. Everyone knows this.
Yes. Didn't you learn anything from Peter Pan?
Yes.
Mm. All right.
The
who's next?
I can go next. So yeah, Mariah probably stays on with Sloane in the Risen for like a few years, doing shopping runs, whatever Sloane ends up doing in her monologue. But then they eventually do get bored after, they've sort of developed an appreciation for having a huge bounty on their heads. So then maybe they like spend a few months working with that hive mind on the ocean planet to like help them integrate into like the Galactic Society. But then they get bored of that after a few months. Then they probably like go partying on like Smuggler's Moon if Ketch is amenable to that. But then they get bored of that after a few months. Eventually, a journalist catches up with them and convinces them to give a tell-all interview about EdgeCore, and that doesn't take that many drinks. EdgeCore decides in this case it probably isn't worth putting out another 1 million credit bounty. Across the galaxy and some slum on some corporate world, Aline decides that revenge and profit are both important and bide their time.
Oh no.
All
Dun
right.
dun dun.
Awesome. Love all these little threads to pick up someday, perhaps. Who knows? Good. All right. Next.
I'll go. I think Gus, like I probably alluded to before, would stay on for a while with Sloane, possibly leaving around the same time Marayoth did, but probably to go back to Absalom Station. He would open up a restaurant where he could just unleash his culinary creations upon the galaxy. And he'll be going along, like, if there's like a snapshot, like at the end of a movie, you know how there's like the little postcards and it's like Gus doing piratey things, Gus doing more piratey things, Gus in a restaurant, like opening a restaurant with like the big scissors and everything, a couple more restaurant shots. And then eventually you see like there's a weird like orange pod, or not orange, like a red pod just in like Gus's house. And it seems to have split off from him, like it's made of nanites. And Gus becomes ends up being a dad. His nanites bud off a xenometric noir android. And so Gus takes to being a dad. And along the way, I think Gus challenges what was his name? The identity Gus stole. Aliases. He challenges Craxall Gax, and he ends up becoming an adamantine chef. Because Craxall Gax, I established, was like a real person. He was shrunk down in the episode that I ran. He was someone who was going to become an adamantine chef and got shrunk down, and then he grew big, and then he got arrested, and then he got sent off. But this is years down the line, and he's back, and he's an adamantine chef. And Gus defeats him in culinary combat.
The only real combat.
Yeah. And I think adamantine chef Gus, father of, I haven't come up with an original name, I've just been calling him Gus 2.0, and they were going to be my backup character. They do restaurant stuff. Gus probably immediately also rejoins the family group chat after killing Sinjin.
Yes. That's fair. In the family group chat, he will see a lot of confusion surrounding like the day that you left the family group chat, and then it does indeed blow up. Your one granny, the very cranky granny that you have, sort of berates you in the group chat in front of everybody for leaving and for getting yourself into trouble. But generally, the sentiment is that they're all very glad to hear from you again.
Excellent.
All right. Leif or Nick? Who's going to go next?
Well, I think you have a pretty good idea what Sloane gets up to. She goes back to immediately in the near future, heads back to Broken Rock, really starts building up this armada that we talked about a little bit, passing on these values that have sort of become the values of the crew. You know, we steal from the rich, we stick up for the little guy. And in the years that follow, Sloane becomes something of a folk hero around the vast. Known as someone who always stands up for the weak and the oppressed, and just isn't afraid to have incredibly terrible ideas. And the stewards are always looking for her for some reason or another. And she takes great joy in foiling them at every turn.
You know what's going to happen, Nick? Eventually, the stewards are going to catch Sloane, and then all of us are going to come out of retirement.
I mean, she's been caught before. She talked her way out of one of their prisons once before this game even began.
I feel like there's got to be the call to action to come out of retirement at some point. Gus would do it.
Funny you should mention that. All right, awesome. I love the idea of folk hero Sloane Robin Hooding her way across the throughout the vast.
With a fleet.
Yeah, with a fleet at her back, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, Leif.
Yes. So Ketch is gonna kind of, stick on as Sloane's main engineer, and he's gonna, basically just kind of become Sloane's right hand man as far as engineering, computers, and generally shooting things in the face. But yeah, I don't know how you want to do the second half of this, Tom. If you had wanted to RP any of that out, or if you want me to just hit the highlights.
Why don't you give us the highlights?
Yeah.
On what happened.
So eventually, and the only reason I ask is because I feel a little weird taking over as Tarika for a second here. But yeah, eventually Ketch is on a job with Sloane when he gets word from Tarika about what the incident that happened all those years ago with his friend Dell dying in that crash, and she tells him that she's been doing some digging on Zendoya, the current head of the Drift Kings, who have apparently started amassing more power and getting a little more aggressive. So after some digging on him and learning a few things, she actually found some footage that implicates him in the actual sabotage of Dell's drag racer. So Ketch is obviously furious about this, and he's gonna after some thought, he goes to Sloane with a proposition that they go back to Absalom Station for a personal job.
Which, of course, he's her right-hand man. She'll do anything to help him out.
And we can just leave it open-ended there in case, we want to do a reunion episode one-shot.
Mayhaps. It is tantalizing. A little storm the castle. Yeah. So that's it. You all took down your crime boss. You flew free. You didn't die. A lot of other people did die. But most of the time they were people that were, directly opposed to you and had unscrupulous morals. So
and we made it out of our corporate jobs.
Yeah.
We did also try to be merciful in most cases, not you, Gus.
I can't. Cases. I'm sorry. I'm not built for it. I told them to go away. They'll die. I kept telling them go.
PTSD from all the like gore, and he just every time he sees anything vaguely drill shaped, he has to take a minute, just like oh.
Can't go to the dentist.
Drills are for
God,
mining, not people.
I don't know. Gus kind of proved that they are for people.
Yeah, that's the problem, Gus.
Speaking of mining, whatever happened to the miners that we helped out, the resist people?
It's so funny. It's so funny you mentioned that. Yeah, way back book 1. This was
Gitteron Authority.
The miners under the Gitteron Authority. They'll reach out to you all sometime along, the future timeline, et cetera, and they will reach out with a call asking you all for help once again in resisting the Gitteron Authority once more. They've gotten more of a foothold on the name of the planet escapes me, but they've gotten more of a foothold on their planet and sort of started to push the Authority back, but they can't quite hack it on their own and have reached out to you all because you all gave them your comm units, your numbers way back when.
We did.
Yeah, so they will once again ask for your help, the help of the Severance Package. Although you weren't the Severance Package crew back then. You were the crew of the BD-5.4.
Yeah.
And you aren't now. Now
we're the crew of the Risen. Also, I think we probably all have holographic Sashimonos made to make it look like we're on fire.
Pretty cool.
No, fire is off theme from Wrath.
Yours is a blue fire.
You can have cold fire.
Yes. You are indeed certified badasses at this point. Taken down a crime boss. You took down the vice president of Evgenia Jameson Corporation. You fought your demons. You won at almost every turn. And I'm very
now wanted in 16 galaxies.
Yes, now wanted in 16 star systems, galaxies, you name it. Your names are known.
We've done the Absalom run in 6 parsecs.
Something like that. So yeah, that's Fly for Your Die. I have nothing more to give you, at least today. Yeah.
We have tantalized you with ideas of continuing, haven't we?
Oh yes, and I have to say, at the back of the book, book 6, this is the first AP that I've run from Paizo outside of Dead Suns. And Dead Suns, I don't think book 6 included continuing the campaign ideas, but this one has like 4 or 5. Dead Suns has them?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I really like, I guess maybe I wasn't as inspired by them as I am by these ones, but I really like the continuing campaigns here. And I'm not going to tell you what they are because, maybe we'll use them someday. Maybe. Don't get rid of these character sheets. But
luckily, Roll20 will store them for us forever.
Forever. I'll just be the one to not delete the table then.
Yeah, Tom.
We can also pull our characters into the character vault.
Yes, into the vault. I still have my Dead Sun Solarian from back then. But regardless,
some GM said this at the end of Dead Suns. I can't say which GM that was. Yeah.
They're a pretty cool GM, but I don't remember their name. So yes, this is it. This is the end of Fly for Your Die, an adventure path by Paizo. Yes, this is the end. So that's. Yeah, I don't know how to end it, so I'm just going to say, hey, yep, that's the end. I hope you all enjoyed listening to it. I really enjoyed running it. This was a lot of work, and a lot of work from everybody is the thing. It was a lot of work from the GM side.
Yeah, but way more for you. Thanks for running.
Yeah. Thank you for running.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It was just chef's kiss. It was a wonderful AP. It was wonderfully well run. Just great job, everybody.
Hey, Tom, you've officially ran the first AP that I've ever been in and completed.
Hey!
Woo!
Wow.
I'm very happy to have given you this experience. From day one of planning these characters and hearing everybody's character concepts for the game, way before book 1, I was so freaking excited because I love all of your characters. Every one of them is unique and awesome and really fun to run for. As frustrating as mechanics can get sometimes, not mechanic like catch, but mechanical interactions. Yes, this was a fantastic experience. So Let's. Do we want to talk what's coming down the pipe?
I think it's
for
about time for that. Yeah.
We could, but do we have any questions about this campaign before we wrap it up?
That is a good point.
I am embarrassed to say we didn't receive a single question in email or the feedback channel. So if you're in Twitch chat right now, if you have any cool questions that you'd like to ask about running or playing this AP, things that I changed. I can tell you and the audience, hey, that fight presumed that you took a 10-minute rest. So you all just, double fisted boss fights, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
But
what was the biggest thing you changed, Sean? Inquiring minds want to know.
a lot of Smuggler's Moon had to change because of the plan that you all wanted to go with, and that's fine because again, the nature of writing AP books, unfortunately, can't see the authors can't read the future, and every party's going to be different. So they can only they did a fantastic. Jessica Catalan specifically did a fantastic job of setting me up with all the tools that I needed. You all heard like most of what was in Smuggler's Moon. All of that coalesced into, okay, I have a complete picture of this place and what my PCs want to do. I can make a plan around that. I had to change that. So that was a lot of changes. What else? Book 1 actually was a big change at the end when you all didn't go to the meeting place with Sinjin. The book just assumed that it was a fact of law that you were going to go to the rendezvous point with Dominda and deliver the ship to Sinjin and get your payday, which was going to be your eternal reward a la Aladdin, in that they would try to kill you. But
And instead, we just ran off with the ship. We were like, nah, this is a really nice ship.
Yeah, we
I
did
think we're
really
good.
justify his anger at us more so than the AP assumes that we will.
yes, indeed.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
He
that's
deserves it. He's a piece of flame.
Oh, he was
we
100%.
at the time.
Yeah.
We
A
just
lot
have
of
no regard for authority as a
Yeah, that's closer to it.
To be
you
fair,
all were a
Auntie
bunch of
Noona,
rapscallions.
Auntie Noona knew he was a piece of flame,
Yeah.
but she more
and-
used that as like a reason to be like, maybe we shouldn't. Oh, I guess they're going to. Oh well.
And on the topic of Auntie Noona and Sinjin, the reason that he let Auntie Noona go was because at the time, Charmer was the one of the only people in his life that he'd ever really been able to feel like he could rely on, like his family. He comes from a family of. The reason he left Aposte originally was because he chafed against the matriarchal society. He didn't like the fact that he as a it's going to sound funny, but he as a man could not rise to the same status as the women of Aposte. Talk about table turning. But so he left and went to go to a place where men could rise to such stature and form
Everywhere else.
every
AKA
other planet.
Other planet. So that was his motivation for letting Charmer go, was that he did care about Charmer, even if he
Aw.
wouldn't necessarily admit it himself. So that's what in turn made that betrayal so
So
hurtful.
gut wrenching for them.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So.
I almost feel bad for myrtleating him, but not really.
You shouldn't. He's done a lot of terrible things and has taken advantage of many more people, and has actually, signed the death warrants on his own family members and stuff like that. So he was not a good person just because he had one nice interaction in his life.
What? That's
He'll
not
have
how that
more than
works.
one. More than one.
At least two. Yeah.
What did we miss? Like, was there anything we missed that you were really like, oh man, I really wanted to do this thing, and they just flew right past it?
Man, I'm sure there was one or two. There were countless little dialogues that I had that you all were just too quick at murdering, that I didn't get in, and it didn't make sense to get in. Like Sinjin had a whole little, to go by the script of the book, if that's all right with you all, to reveal this, what the book assumed would happen was that since you all disabled the ship, Sinjin would retreat from that first fight, retreat to his ship, realize that he couldn't get off the planet, and then you all would find him there thinking like, oh, he doesn't have anywhere to go, and so you would go to the ship and he would turn around and he would have like another little monologue. So it was mostly those kinds of opportunities. There was, again in book 6, Dregor's throne, that force field that he had go up, had a little, an exploit that Ketch or Auntie Noona could manipulate with computers or engineering to lower the force field, if you were so inclined. This would then reveal his truly cowardly nature, as he would flip out and say, stop the fighting, and, give you whatever you want. It didn't it didn't feel appropriate to give you all this information after you decided to back off of the murder him and take his throne, because that also would not have gone well for you, because tyrant, despot or not, he had a lot of loyal people on the station, including all of the Marikoi guards, and that would have made things a lot harder for you to
also, like, ruling a moon is a lot of work. I think Sloane probably stays, like, sort of friends with Dregor sort of forever, like, shows up, keeps an eye on him.
We install Tarika as the new despot.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Look, guys, we don't care how he runs the moon. Just don't have indentured slaves. A lot of his people will stay. It's fine.
Yeah, the lack of indentured slaves really does make a good case for Dregor, I think.
Yeah, no, he's not bad. He just saw an opportunity to see his power and he took it. We're like, don't do that no more. And we'll let you stay in charge. Yeah. But yeah, we could install Tarika there, like, as our one of our main bases of operations. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was envisioning, not necessarily with Tarika, but like, we have this place that we've done a service to, and if he doesn't acknowledge that we've done him a service, we just kind of strong arm him again because he's a big wuss, and thereby we have this place, this other free port. I don't remember where exactly it was. Was this in the diaspora still, or
this is in the this is in the in near space, so it's not the Veskarium, but it's in the star system of the Veskarium.
Well, that's good. We've expanded. We have 2 bases of operations now in 2 different star systems.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I feel like you all strong arm him and Gus is oblivious and then just tries to be his friend.
And he's like freaked out even more by that.
Probably.
Because he knows what Gus is capable of. And it's like, oh god, it's like every conversation is a series of veiled threats.
Yeah.
Gus is totally unaware.
Gus is like talking about cooking, and it can be so easily misconstrued as something very aggressive.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat me.
Invites him out for a beer, and he goes, but he thinks he's being intimidated, and Gus is just trying to get to know the guy, and he's just kind of sitting there like, huh.
Let's go karaoke, Dregor! Woo!
What's your favorite part of the cow? The tongue, or the hooves? And he's like, listing them off. And he's like, oh my god, is he threatening to chop me up and cook me?
Dregor forever just thinks that Gus wants to cook him.
So J-Rock has asked, what was each of your favorite parts of the AP? So I'll give you all a chance to think, and I'll talk about my favorite part.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I already know. But...
So my favorite part was the departure from the archetypical "we have to save the universe" plot. This was never a story about you all, some doomsday device going off and blowing up the sun, or blowing up a different sun, or I guess the Signal of Screams wasn't really universe ending.
There was no sun.
There was no sun in Signal of Screams. But yeah, so I really like that this adventure generally kept to a pretty low level picture of it's just about you all.
Yeah. I love that we were all just folks.
Yeah.
Like we ended up becoming monstrous folks, but we were just folks.
Yeah. Leif, what about you? As you were waiting to answer.
Goodness, yeah, no, that was a big part of what my favorite thing of the AP was. But for me, it was the finally figuring out how to. And this wasn't really part of the AP so much; it was just my character. I just really appreciate that I figured out how to do lots of damage with a ranged weapon.
Yeah, the prototype mechanic is good for that.
Forever, but yeah. And I guess something more AP related that I really appreciated was the ship build point buy system, and how they kind of like, instead of you just get liquid credits from your shipping, you used it to improve on your ship, and it kind of gave it that underdog feel, because we were kind of behind in BP for a good part of it, where a normal ship would be. At the end, we ended up bumping it up to tier, but yeah, I really appreciated that aspect worked into it.
Yeah, I think I liked the rust bug situation where, we had to. It's like, yeah, we're high level characters, but we had a really nice ship, and then they take that away from us, and they take away all of our money, and so we're left with just kind of our skills. I thought that was clever.
I'll be vain and say that my favorite part was my character.
I admit that was going to be
I both. I like the species, obviously. I'm proud of like the history that like Tom and I worked on together, the like background that we made, and like how we incorporated Elaine into it. And I also enjoyed playing a character who's like very different, at least personality-wise, than the characters I usually play.
Isn't it fun to be an agent of chaos?
I enjoyed it for the novelty. I think yes, it was fun. I disagreed with so many of the things Mariah did, though.
That can be interesting to play that.
Yeah.
And what about Nick?
I really, it fell off a little bit there at the end, but I enjoyed, the other crew that sort of came along on the ride with us. That we kept running into, the crew of the Wintermorn. I thought that was really neat. We had those recurring NPCs.
Yeah.
Recurring NPCs are always fun.
I loved our stowaway that we kept trying to call back.
Oh,
Poor
yes.
bastard.
And I really liked the job system, honestly. We stopped doing it as much as time went on. But it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of good potential there. I think probably we sort of trailed off on it being a show, because it's probably not that interesting to listen to. But I think especially for a home game, like that's where our stowaway came from, right?
Also,
there's so much potential there for more shenanigans.
Baby's first Dashko, and I challenge you to honorable combat.
Like meat cubes and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I totally agree, Nick. Part of the problem because you're right, it did drop off towards the end. If you think about it. Like, the AP writers didn't have many places to give us opportunities because of where they took the story. With Book 3, you were on Entha the entire book. The entirety of Book 3, once you got to Entha, was one day. So there wasn't, like, all of those events happened. Then Book 4, you were stowaways on a ship to the Calistocrats auction. And that was the whole AP, so there was no shipping opportunities there. Then Book 5, you were blacklisted, so there was no shipping opportunities there. Then Book 6, you're going to you're like, you have 100,000 credit bounties. You tried to do jobs, and it just didn't make sense. So, yeah, I agree. It did drop off partly by the design of the AP writers, I think, just because of where the story went. But I really liked it in books 1 and 2, where you all we did a lot of jobs, and we got a lot of good goofs out of the shipping that you all were doing, and we got Ranj, and that was great.
I loved getting sorry.
One of the things that I did change, actually a huge thing to ask to answer Nick's question from before. One of the huge things that changed was obviously Aline Resora, who started this adventure as a human witch warper, and human female witch warper, and instead became a Spathinae Solarian. Because yes, as Simon said, we did a lot of nipping and tucking and chopping in the background to get Simon's background the way that he wanted it. And yeah, similarly, like another one of my favorite things in this AP, another thing that also sort of dropped off towards the end, was I liked doing the backstory flashbacks for you all when I could fit them in. And I started very ambitiously thinking that I would do one every single episode, and then I realized that just sometimes wouldn't make sense storytelling wise, so backed off a little bit on them. But I really liked doing your backstories. That would be my personal, like on a personal level, my favorite part of running this AP was.
That
Definitely
first
made
one
it a
you
lot
did.
of fun.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
first
I
one-
think that it was. Oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say that first one you did with Gus. I didn't know you did that, so that was such a cool surprise for me.
Huh. Yeah. I'm glad.
Go ahead, Liz. Sorry.
Oh, just, and it worked out so well that Noona's backstory we could save until the very last book. Because, her whole thing was supposed to be have a mysterious past.
Yes.
But,
Yeah, that was my design from the beginning was Marayoth and Noona, since they have connections to two of the two big villains of this AP, would get a lot more spotlight in books 5 and 6 respectively.
I loved getting to play a cow person. My first and longest running D&D character ever was a Minotaur. I played them from level 1 using the Savage Species rules in D&D 3.5 all the way up to level 23. So I was excited to play a cow person again. I was excited to play a nanocyte because, oh my gosh, the nanocyte is such a Swiss Army knife. Like, I turned Gus into a massive beast of a person, but a nanocyte does not need to be a massive beast of a person. And
Yeah.
I love that there's so many class features for the nanocyte that can be used as tools for role playing. That's, I think, looking at the evolutionist, my one disappointment with that class is it's basically the Solarian, where every class feature is geared for combat, and you basically can't use it outside of combat.
Hadn't considered it from that point. All right, 2 more questions come in here. J-Rock asked, did I end up running any Moonlighters or side jobs? Moonlighters is in reference to the side jobs that are printed in the back of each book, starting from book 2, and they've consistently printed them in books 2 through 6, including in this one. Well, no, this one actually doesn't have side jobs. They dedicated that space to continuing the campaign. So there's some really cool big bads that can come out of the woodwork here. There is, I will say this, there is a space pyramid with a mummy in it.
What?
Now, if that's not, that you all will get called to deal with, perhaps. If that's not tantalizing, I don't know what is.
You could do Curse of the Mummy.
Is Catch Brendan Fraser?
So, yes, but I did end up running some side jobs for if I felt like you all needed a little more credits, or it made sense in between books as a little palate cleanser from like between book 2, where you had this big drama with Eshevayo Fireheart was the captain. Agavana Stoneblood, the burn victim.
That was a cool storyline. I liked that one.
It was, and that was from our friend Leo Glass.
Leo, we love you.
Yay.
Leo, if you're listening, hello, future Leo. But
Thank you.
yeah, a lot of book 2 I loved. I loved
So
the wrangling scene where you all had to go get defrexed.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
That was great.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite book.
It was.
Yeah, book 2
I'm sorry,
really
other
exemplified.
books like that I'm picking favorites, but I think that was my favorite book.
Yeah,
I think-
you all were great, but
What it is book 2 exemplified what a lot of us personally were looking to get out of this AP with the odd jobs and the the random encounters and stuff like that. But yeah, side jobs. The Kasatha with the Electivores, you remember the Electivores and the little goblin that Auntie Noona,
Yeah.
Uncle I rode to think better about his life quite handily.
That was so much fun.
that was a side job, and I think that's pretty much it, because after that, everything kept rolling at a good pace, and it didn't make as much sense to throw the side jobs at you all. But yeah, so those are the side jobs. Svenster77, how much of the story did I homebrew, or did I only run the AP as written for the whole story? A lot of it was by the book, but... Okay, so no, I can't say that. A lot of it was inspired by the book, and then I tweaked it a little bit. It was a rare fight that was untouched, for instance. Normally, like the Jeune Assassins started at CR9. I bumped them up to CR11, just because their numbers were too small. And
This is why everything was so murderous.
Yes, because you all are so murderous, and I want it to be a little more interesting. Yes, you. Yeah, that.
Interestingly, I feel like the hardest fight of the whole AP was the one that was designed to get us scared of the assassins, right? The one where they ambushed us in the middle of a job.
Yeah, and that one I actually added. Think back to Aline Rosora was a witch warper. I actually took Aline Rosora's stat block and plugged that in and skinned it as another Jeune Assassin.
I remember you mentioning that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that made I'm glad to hear that achieved its objective of scaring you all straight, as it were, instead of just continuing
scaring us murderous.
Scaring you murderous. Yes. Which character ideas didn't make it to be used from Buckstubble?
Simon.
I want to answer that question.
Leif.
So I had a real great character idea that I've been kind of sitting on for a while that I wanted to bring to this one. But then I heard Liz was making a grandma character, so I couldn't bring my 900-year-old grandma Telia. She was either going to be an envoy or a oh god, what was the other option? I was thinking envoy or not witch warper.
Mystic?
Those are fun.
Maybe a Mystic.
Maybe Mystic, I guess. Yeah, no, Mystic, I guess.
You were thinking about Mystic. I remember this character idea. This was great.
Yeah.
I love Catch, but you denied us 2 grandmas, Leif.
Well, I know, but like I said, I didn't want to just have it feels
Golden Girls in outer space.
What's wrong with Golden Girls in outer space?
Obviously there's nothing wrong with it. I wanted there to be a proper diversity in personality. There we go.
Fair.
There we go.
Oh man, she could have been a 900-year-old grandma greaser.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm just imagining Catch as an old lady. It's still really funny.
It's
also,
so good.
you know,
Hilarious.
you don't need to be super spry. I mean, like, I guess she'd have to be super strong in order to like carry the gun. But other than that, like,
You need a strength score of 14 and then a dex score as high as you can get.
No,
but
man, it's fine. There's that sniper in the what's that apocalypse? Mad Max or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
old
sniper
lady
gun.
with the sniper gun. I love
Look,
her.
I'm not saying these things can't exist. I'm just saying this character was not that. This character
Yeah.
was a
This character's
homely Midwestern style grandma who baked bread for the party and was just an all around sweetheart that healed people and helped them through their troubles.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
guess we
like,
kind of
you know what?
split that between like Gus and Auntie Noona. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Imagine Gus and Auntie Noona mashed together in a giant turtle.
6 arms with cow horns and a giant dome head.
Oh god, no, stop
Did anybody else have any other character concepts that got left on the chopping room floor? Cutting room floor? Cutting room floor.
Yeah, I think Jed and I were tossing around the idea. I think we were both interested in nanocytes.
Very
So we
early
were
on,
tossing-
we almost had 2
Yeah.
nanocytes.
Yeah,
I do
because there's like
remember
different types of nanocytes, right? I think we were like throwing around. One of us could be of each type, but
Yeah, I think you were focusing on like the infestation and still being a Spathene, so you would have been a Spathene full of nanites.
Yeah. So I liked the feel of that one, but mechanically I couldn't make it work.
Yeah, because infestation is, at least at that time, I haven't looked at it since the final version came out. At that time, infestation was not good.
It's not gotten much stronger, unfortunately. Yeah.
There's one thing I want to say before I forget. Going into this, I was all gung-ho. I thought Gus was going to become best friends with Catch. And one of my favorite things that came out of this is that didn't happen, and he became best friends with Morayoth. And I loved that.
Yeah.
And Zeldern and Catch became best friends instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were supposed to have like a little rivalry, and it started as this little rivalry, and then ended up being like, oh my god, the rest of our party.
It was exactly that. Yeah, we quickly turned from like, like two characters just like growling in each other's faces to wait, hold on, what's going on around us?
Let's growl at the same things.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by idealists.
Yeah. No, and exactly. I like that. It wasn't a dropped character concept, more of like a character like flaw that we decided to take out for obvious reasons. But Gus was totally going to be addicted to like pain meds or like whatever it was. And Ketch was going to eventually learn how to make them so he could become Gus's supplier and like basically.
I think it was initially pain meds. Yeah, pain meds, and then we realized that would be awful, and then it was the anti-sleep pills, and then we just dropped it, and Gus became much less of a. He started off a lot darker, and while he still had dark things to him, he became a big goofball.
We really like the dark characters and the dark character backgrounds and stories, but abuse of pain meds is just a little too on the nose.
Yeah,
that's
for obvious reasons we kind of dropped that one.
Yeah. I was happy as your GM to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have had to play like a red stop card on you guys if you pulled that.
Yeah. So yes, not just character growth, but personal growth.
Also, it's real hard to stay in a dark place for 4 hours at a time once a week. Why not come to a happier place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play games for escapism, not to, live out trauma and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to play sad characters in long campaigns, and it's not worth it.
No.
You get two in the character's head.
So, J-Rock asks, how was Waterworld Book 3? He hasn't seen those episodes yet, but so to not spoil... Well, J-Rock, I know you're running the book, so I guess you don't care as much about spoilers, and anybody else who's watching here, I would assume that you don't care about spoilers either, because, surprise, we're at the end of the series. So...
Warning, spoilers. You don't want to hear them?
Yes.
Skip, then leave now.
Skip under 1 minute. So skip ahead 1 minute in the YouTube or audio. So I really liked book 3 because of the Aglians. I thought it was weirdly perfect for since we had another hive mind in like a hive mind PC for the Aglians to be like, yes, nobody understands which way our minds work. And Morayoth was just like, I do.
We do.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. That was weird too, to try and remember to do that. You got very good at it over the AP assignment.
It was hard. Pronouns are hard.
They are.
Pronouns are hard, especially when you're trying to remember to change your own. So yes, I really liked book 3.
You said what? Talking right over. Sorry.
Leif.
Right over Leif.
Yes, who has indeed changed their... Yes, but book 3 was a nice I liked book 3 as a departure from the daily job, or the random encounter jobs, and it was more of a personal... I mean, the book's title is Professional Courtesy, and Tarika has a line in it that simply says, I'd appreciate if you do it as a professional courtesy to me without paying, without asking for payment and stuff. And of course, you all fell in love with Tarika, so you were like, of course we will, Tarika. It's always so weird because the AP's just like,
when you kidnapped Tarika, Tom. You almost had 5 people getting on airplanes to fly to New Jersey to strangle you.
That's one of my favorite bits of homebrew. I liked Com 93 and introducing you all to that. Oh, and the Arby's joke that just went right over your heads when we were joking about, what they were serving, what they were going to eat there or something, or we were joking about roast beef before. And then I was like, yeah, or we were joking about Arby's, and I was like, yeah, they're all just eating roast beef. It's really weird.
Oh, yeah.
You're all just like, yeah.
That's
Anyway.
weird.
Oh, speaking of the water world, I loved that so much. I had even made notes in like my whole like Gus Google document that I have. I was like, possible place for Gus to retire.
Yeah, Entha was great. It's a very pretty place.
I really liked that I got to play around with a vehicle, that mini sub was a lot of fun.
That mini sub and your null space chamber was great.
Your screen door mini sub.
My screen door mini sub, that's right. Don't you forget it. It was a screen door when I was done with it, at least. Jeez.
Yeah.
But the fact that you let me homebrew it a little bit and install my grenade launcher as a torpedo launcher was just I as a player appreciate that to no end. Thank you so much for letting me do that, Tom.
Of course. I like to if you have something and it's not unreasonable, I like to make it happen. So yeah. One last thing that I really liked about this AP, thinking about Entha, thinking about all the different places you went to. You went so many different places in this AP, and they were all like planets or settlements or something, or just asteroids, or we took a trip to Broken Rock. We went all over the place in this AP, and I love that too, because it's easy for APs to get bogged down, or not bogged down, but for you just not to travel far and see a bunch of different things and whatnot. So I really liked, just from job to job, you could see different planets, and you saw Ori, the homeworld of the Fentamites, and that was really wild, with all the gravitational anomalies and stuff, and just cool stuff like that.
Honestly, I feel like Starfinder APs do a good job of diverse locations. I can't think of any that have felt samey in environment.
Dawn of Flames print felt pretty same, only because we never left the sun.
Yeah, but there's so many different biomes in the sun. There's the shadow prison. There's the lava stuff. There's the city urban stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
We were in the sun. It's interesting.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Other spoilers for Signal of Screams. Stop listening now if you're liking that one. I mean, you go to the plane of shadow, right? That's pretty far.
That was wild. Oh man, I remember getting. That was quite a turn.
This was so bad at me.
But hey, 5 minutes left. Do we want to make some announcements?
Yeah, but first I have one more question for Tom before we do that. Tom, what advice would you give anybody who wants to run this AP now that you've run the whole thing?
To not be afraid to tweak it, because you're not always going to agree with what they wrote, and you're not always going to think that what they wrote made sense. So first, I recommend reading whatever it doesn't make sense twice, and then if you still don't like it, just tweak it. Again, there were a lot of decisions made in the writing of the book that I changed, or I just after the fact I didn't make sense. So, in short, don't be afraid to change it to your taste and to your party's tastes. But do run it, because I really liked Fly Free or Die. I'm biased, but it might be one of my favorites. So,
a lot of Firefly fans here.
Oh yeah, big Firefly nerds. So, all right. Going forward, this is important information for anybody to know. We are going to be taking a bit of a break, a hiatus, if you will, in order to sort of recuperate, because believe it or not, we've been doing this stream since 2018?
Few years.
Sounded like a while.
There's been a few pauses, to be fair, but yeah.
Well, I mean, but for how long? At any one point?
We've taken weekends off, but we've never. I don't like the one break between series that we did. We filled with society scenarios.
True.
So
Yeah.
Hey,
the one, yes,
I
this is
can't
going to be our
complain about
first.
that. I got in because of that.
It's very
It's
true.
true.
And that was secretly one of the things that we were looking for in doing that society thing. I think was we'll get to play with people, and maybe we decide
Maybe
we
it's an
want to
audition.
bring them on.
All
Your name-
games are auditions.
When Simon's involved, yes.
Yeah.
There's an Excel spreadsheet involved, everybody.
That's
Of course there
hey,
Give
that's
away
why I'm here.
Simon's secrets.
But so yes, all that aside, we are going to be taking a hiatus until January 2022. Almost said 2021. My goodness, it's 22. January 22, where we will begin Series 5 once again. I will not be running Series 5. Whoever's here, put your hand up if you're running Series 5.
Oh, it's me. I'm in the hot
Okay.
seat again.
And everyone was very surprised.
Yes. Nick has graciously agreed to run Series 5 once again, or step into the GM seat once again. This is the first time we're running Series 5. Nick, do you want to tell us what kind of game we're playing? I know we're not giving away the title of the AP, but what kind of game are we playing for Series 5?
Oh, yes, that's right. We're making a big change for Series 5, and we are going to run a Pathfinder 2 AP because everybody's really excited about Pathfinder 2. And we couldn't...
3 actions are better than 2.
3 actions are better than 2.
They
The
are.
system is just a joy to run, and we're really looking forward to bringing that to y'all. We'll let you know what campaign we're running next month when we kick off our guessing game contest. So start thinking about what you think folks are going to want to play in Pathfinder 2.
Yeah. I know I talk a lot about my Pathfinder 2 builds, and now I have to stop because I don't want people to know which class I love the most.
No, you just need to drop some false hints.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
yes, if you want insight into what they might be playing, maybe go back and listen to some past episodes. There might be hints in there.
Yeah. Comb through our, hundreds of hours of content
Boy.
from this series alone to
I'll
just
hear
say-
Tom talk about his favorite character builds.
I'll just
Yes.
say, good luck trying to figure out what I'm playing because I don't think I'm playing to type at all.
No.
You've given them information.
No.
Yeah.
All they know is
That's
Gus.
still
All they know is Gus.
That's true. So, yeah. In short, look forward to getting more information on Series 5. And we will, the Sunday show is taking a hiatus. I should be very clear. The Sunday show is taking a hiatus. The Thursday show, Rise of the Star-Lords, is continuing unabated because we just recently took a break. So not just Jet, but we could all recuperate and get ahead of some work. So join us
Do
on-
keep an ear to the ground, though. There might be some breaks for the holidays. There
Yes.
will be some breaks for the holidays.
There will be, yeah. There
But
will
they're
be
the
breaks.
holidays, and we're all, we're all vaccinated adults here. But yes, so tune into Thursdays to see some of our wonderful faces, and we will be back on the Sunday time slot in January 2022. So it is 4:00, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. As always, a new Cosmic Crit episode is dropping tonight. Jet, what's going on this Thursday?
This Thursday, we are once more continuing with the raid on Sandpoint, but I think we're going to be getting into some Starship combat because at least 2 of you have gotten to the Heartbreaker.
At least 2 of us. Yeah, it's a real mess down there, everybody. Sandpoint. Sandpoint's
The town's only been struck by 3 orbital strikes. Only
Holy.
3. Only affecting a 100-foot radius. Only from starship weapons that do 10 times the damage to
Holy.
living creatures.
Only 3 city blocks annihilated.
by a giant
Not a
dragon
big
ship.
deal.
So yes, tune in Thursdays at 9 p.m. EST. We are in EST, not EDT. Now this daylight savings time is here, right?
I hate
Or we-
daylight savings
whatever.
times.
I don't know, something like that.
9 p.m. Eastern time.
Time isn't real.
Yes,
Time
yes.
is a social construct. Also, abolish daylight savings time.
Agreed.
All
yes.
of that.
All your
Abolish-
representatives.
abolish
Tell them to get rid of
Make
it.
it
It's dumb.
permanent.
Time is a donut and abolish daylight savings.
Leif, who do we have to thank for our music today through Hydra?
Thank you, Alex Productions and Lo-Fi Girl, for your wonderful free-to-use music, and something Hail Hydra, I guess.
No, don't hail Hydra. They're literally Nazis.
But they bring us our
Isn't that-
music.
But that's the thing that Steve says right before he, gets away with his big sneak.
That's
Yeah, that's not
Fair.
important.
He does do a great big sneak.
That's a big sneak.
Time travel
Oh.
shenanigans. So good.
Anyway,
careful. The time authority will come get you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our fantastic character art was done by Enicola. She is at ENECOLA on Twitter. Yeah, we also got her to do our character art for next series, so look forward to that. Surprise.
yeah.
Thank you to Paizo for the wonderful AP, and specifically Jessica Catalan for writing book 6. I loved running this AP, and each of the writers did a fantastic job. Thank you to Nick for our stream assets, to Jet for running the stream, all of you for being here and being my players and friends, and finally, all of you for joining us, dear listener and or viewer. It has been an honor to run for you all, and I don't know. I can't say I won't do it again, but who knows when the next time I'll do it again is. So until then, thank you very much for asking me to be your GM, my friends. And
Note to self: can Vaughn tell Tom again?
did not say that.
Also,
Did not say
thank
that.
you, Tom.
Tom totally said it.
You're very
Thanks for
welcome.
running, Tom. It's a lot more work than playing.
Mhm.
It sure is. I look forward to having my prep days back to not being prep days for the time being.
Freedom!
Yes. And already in advance, I thank Nick for the work that they will do on Series 5. As always, we'll be in general voice on our Discord after the stream, so come on by and say hi. If you're not on our Discord, it is now being added as a join link to our podcast episodes, as well as to our YouTube descriptions, as well as it is down below in Twitch right now if you're here with us. So come on by, say hi. And for the last time, with me in the GM seat, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.
Everyone.
And Jet, go ahead and take us into the drift.